I think we were talking about the podcast.
Welcome to Let's Get Indian Podcast, guys.
Let's get Indian.
Let's Get Indian Podcast.
You don't have to sound like
Why?
You sound quite bad. You sound like if you pull off the accent, at least I will forgive you. But your accent is quite bad.
Question. I mean, you guys have kena some heat before lah from Indian. Some just a bit.
Just a bit
from Indian community. I'm glad that we are past that now and things are.
So now you want to bring us to the Chinese community.
and make them hate us as well.
My question is, if it were some Chinese podcasters or Malay, right, and we said the same shit that y'all said to offend those people, would they be more pissed off?
I think it will be huge.
It'll be more
it'll
pissed
be
off,
worse.
right?
It'd be like a nation.
It'll be worse. Because at least right now, right? Okay, there's a small Indian community hate us, and there's a bigger Indian community support us. Okay,
the bigger Indian community referring to your
followers, and mostly generally a lot
and
of people
who don't know about the issue, when they heard it, they're like, "This is not even an issue."
Yeah.
Okay, so among the
myself,
See, among the Indian community, it's not a big issue because we have bigger issues.
Correct.
But if you say it,
it's
like, who the fuck are you?
Everybody will turn everyone will turn against you.
Because between us in the Indian community, it's not it's basically we are talking among each other. But when you bring it out and you're inserting another culture.
Besides, people like some people, they already know our intention and everything. They already know who we are.
Got you.
Yeah. So they don't know who you are, and your intention is.
So you mind giving a little context? Actually, what was the issue about? Just
I'll let Puvanan because he was the face of the controversy.
He was Alright, guys, if you've listened to previous episodes, or maybe this is just your first episode, if you've liked the content so far, or after you finished the episode and you enjoyed this podcast, it made you laugh, or it just made you smile, or made you happy, or kept you entertained, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments, suggestions who you want to see in future podcast episodes, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, appreciate your support.
The thing was, usually we'll switch, because in the podcast there were 3 hours, right? So the guy in the middle, we'll keep on
toss-up
podcast.
The
toss-up podcast. So there'll be 3 hours. So the person who sits in the middle will keep on switching it every episode.
Switching what?
Who sits in the middle?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
But what does the middle person do? Is there a specific role?
Not really. Just the attention is more.
The attention is more. And in that particular episode, I was the middle guy.
Oh, okay. I see. Because when you all post the clips, it's just for by default the person in the middle.
Yeah, but you need to understand the context first. Like the thing is that he brought up a story that related to something to do with religion. Okay, and it is not about religion at all. It's about his teacher's experience. One of your teachers.
Yeah, one of my teachers.
So his teacher has experienced that something like during the Thaipusam, and he's supposed to get trance. Okay, but he couldn't get trance. Everybody's in there, like whoever go to the top, they're
praying.
They're praying and everything. They already got trance. Okay, this guy didn't get the trance.
Which is Puvanan.
No. His teacher.
My teacher. He was sharing his experience.
So it's fake guru or?
No, not that.
Like basically the guy say like, in order to get trance, you have to be very
spiritually very strong.
Not just spiritually, your adrenaline needs to be very high.
Yeah,
correct.
So your adrenaline. So the guy just say, because the teacher was a bit more. I think at that point his adrenaline wasn't high because he was just a bit more scared of what was going to happen. So, because he was afraid that they need to poke something through his tongue.
Yeah. So the thing.
I'd be afraid too, man.
So he was more afraid of it.
Correct. So it was a genuine feeling lah. Like he experienced, like he was afraid. Okay. But the thing is that we along the way we talk about the situation, but it's like, of course, there's a part he explained that the team.
You know what? Let me explain this part.
Okay.
So it's just basically they were talking about the instrument they made to make you get the adrenaline rush. It's called Urumi.
Urumi.
So I think we made a mistake of making fun of it.
Okay, we didn't make fun of that Urumi. Okay, we actually let's say this way. Let's put it this way. Among the friends, right? When we talk about certain topic and everything, like let's say if about our family. Sometimes we say something to maybe about your mom or everything. Is your mama's big ass or whatever lah. Just it's a joke. I mean, if we are friends, it's among the friends we understand, right? but for outsiders it look like, whoa, that's offensive, man. So we got carried away in that conversation. We both actually.
Man, I don't want to point fingers up, but
Yeah. So he was bringing the topic, and then after that we all playing along with that.
Okay.
so
But
I think the conclusion is things just got a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
And when you take it out of context, it feels very wrong.
So where was the backlash from? Who?
I think on TikTok it was my fault because I thought it was funny. I uploaded it.
Yeah.
And it got backlash because when you take it out of context, it's quite bad.
Because we usually cut promos,
Yes.
and no one watches the full episode. The thing is, they're like, oh, you guys are talking bad about our instruments, about our culture. So people made videos of it, and then it started to spread around. Even after we removed it.
They got more views than us,
yeah.
to be honest.
But
The people that are complaining,
Yeah,
they are also getting the clout.
They got more clout.
But the thing is that if you watch the full video, it
Yes.
wasn't really that offensive. They know what we are talking about. We are referring to the situation, not particularly any god or the instrument at all. It's just the situation itself. But
When you take it out of context,
Context,
yeah.
yeah.
Understand? It's also the way that you clip it out, lah.
Yeah.
I've experienced something similar before. So the way that they clip it out, I mean, to be honest, I would clip out the most bombastic moments in the clips, you know, and obviously we're all laughing, and then I probably forget to put in the full message, which will sort of explain what we are actually laughing about, like you guys are, you know, laughing at the situation, not the instrument, not the culture, not the religion, right? But then you were saying also just now that these people, they didn't see the full video, that's why they got pissed off. Do you think that some of them, even if they did see the full video, they could still be pissed off?
No,
Yeah.
The thing is, I think they would if they're watching it for the first time. Because this wasn't our first episode or first few episodes. This was like almost our 30th or 40th episode.
Yeah.
Our followers, they know what our content is like. We make fun of literally everything.
Yes.
So, someone who watches, let's say someone is watching the toss-up episode just because of the controversial issue, and then they'd be like, what is this about? They would find that particular episode is a bit offensive.
Yeah.
Because for them, it's new.
It's not. I wouldn't say offensive because that context thing happens towards the end. So by the time you go, you already have a flow of the thing.
you already understood what the situation is.
Yeah.
So you already like imagine this podcast. If we are funny,
Yeah.
but you cut this clip out, it looks very serious.
Yep.
So when you hear the podcast, actually these guys, it doesn't sound controversial because that's the tone of the thing. So I think in terms of that should be okay. But if you want to find like, oh, I just am angry with these guys and I just want to find problem with these fellas,
Those people exist.
yeah, they will find problem. I mean,
Yeah.
there is a particular person that I
Correct.
don't want to talk about.
So you see, every
I know.
group, there is every group. Okay, there is a different religion group, and there will be Indians in different religion group. So they will be always someone will sensitive and find problems, whatever things that you say. So that's why we better to now we avoiding that whatever to do with God or whatever, we
religion,
avoid that the topic, because for us it's like, see, we are Indian, and if we talk something bad about our own culture and instrument, where are we getting support from? And we're talking in Tamil. If we talk in Malay or English, and that's understandable, we are against our own race, maybe it will be like racism to our own. But that's the thing that in the earlier time that I didn't understand, that where are we getting the support from?
So you're saying like, I mean, sure, it might be having a laugh, you know, with the boys, but what's the point when it's detrimental to your own following, to your own audience, or to your own listeners?
So they need to understand that there's no point for Indians to condemn our own culture and own thing to make us feel good about it.
I mean, to be honest lah, bro, like just now you were just talking among your boys, right? People say shit that will offend other people. Hey man, we live in Malaysia. Okay, there is racial tension going on. Often it is weaponized by politicians, which is very shitty, right? Because motherfuckers, they are the people at the top enjoying the perks and benefits of living. They're not exactly a B40, right? People at the top and all, and they weaponize this shit. This is not something new. Everyone knows about this in Malaysia. Yeah, but bro, if you're talking among our buddies, there's plenty of shit that I'll say to offend a lot of people, man. But it's different, right? There's no limits with your own buddies.
Yeah,
right.
But the thing is, like,
for example, if like someone, sometimes Vishnu will say something, I forgot but then my reply is like your mom, you know, and that's fucking offensive.
Yeah.
But he'll like fuck you lah. Yeah.
I swear to God, Vishnu has no
Ishnu, okay.
no fucking filter.
Yeah, no
Fucker has no filter. Like I remember one time
I think so too.
Vika posted something in Murthy and then
I saw that.
Vishnu commented, it's like I guess Adidas please sponsor him. He just needs one side.
That's not even
But
that
the
bad.
thing
lah.
is funny because it's among the friends we understand,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But for outsiders, is of course it's offensive, lah.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine. Then what do y'all think about people who get offended on behalf of, let's say, Murthy? So Murthy is called handicapped, right? Yeah, handicapped. He's lost his one leg. So yeah, what about people who get offended for Murthy? Because we all know Murthy. Murthy is chill as fuck. Really nice guy, talented also. He can't. He's at this point. Can't be bothered with the leg jokes anymore, lah. Yeah. He wasn't born like that. He lost it in an accident. So, what about people who get offended on his behalf? There's a lot of people that also.
Okay, so it's very similar of people who get like offended about other people appropriating the culture or something. You know, in America, like some white people will get angry if
the term is social justice warriors. Is it?
social justice warriors.
Yeah.
So I feel like, frankly speaking, I feel like they think it's the white savior complex, the hero complex. So they think these people cannot speak up for themselves. They want to speak
Do
up
you
for
say
them.
white?
Yeah.
Is that? I think that's offensive because
No,
not all white people are like that.
No, it's actually.
Wow, it doesn't
You
against
see
you.
what I mean? I can clip this shit out, and people will be like, "Hey man, I'm fucking white." So,
Oh,
But,
if
okay,
you cut this part, it will be controversy.
Yeah.
But honestly,
no
there's
lah,
a
this
white
is-
white savior complex. It's
Yeah.
it's that term is there.
so the other term they use is virtue signaling, which means that you are signaling to the other person of like showing that we share the same moral high ground. Let's get this bastard who is offending people or doing injustice. Yeah, virtue signaling. So maybe that's what those people are doing if they are getting offended on behalf.
It's fucking annoying.
I think it's like always there are people are sensitive about everything, even though you are not involved in that particular situation, you want to be part of it.
Because you get clout.
Yeah.
Okay, so the getting clout thing, right? What do you mean by clout? Like someone liking your comment?
It's okay. Let's say during COVID, right? Okay, people were talking about Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Okay, Malaysians were talking about Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Which I was like, do you have any
What's
Idea,
Indians are?
yeah.
This is what I say, do you have any idea how the blacks suffer? You got you have no you can support it, but you got nothing culturally or like anything related to
Are you
it.
talking about Malaysian Indians or just Malaysians?
No, the thing is that they are talking Black Lives Matters, but they're not referring the black is here. They are referring the black in America.
Actually, now I think about it, that is weird because we are on the topic of virtue signaling, and that's a good example because it's weird because we are all people. The movement reach over here, and then people are shouting, reposting Black Lives Matter shit and all. It's like, hey man, Indian lives matter too.
The brown man's
So
life
the thing is right, when you say that, right, they say like, oh, so you think you are making the Black Lives Matter issue small? I'm like, motherfucker, the same issue is happening here, but you don't see it happening here, but you are. That's the same thing because the Westerners do it. People will just lick their ass.
So are you trying to say that Black lives don't matter then?
Black lives do
See,
matter.
this is what they will
I'm trying to fight with you lah.
Yeah, this is what will people
Are you
always
trying to say that?
Say Black Lives Matter, but also I feel like
So
people,
do brown life. So
no,
do brown life.
I feel like it's geographically important. If it's in America that situation matters a lot. But if it's in Malaysia, Black Lives is different. It contextually is very different.
Correct.
It's very different.
Correct. Because you cannot compare the same way how it is, but it is still in a very different way.
The whole Black Lives Matter thing is also because it was a huge thing lah. Martin Luther King, everyone knows, right? He was the person that fought for amendment of the laws, the Jim Crow law. I can't remember exactly, but then Jim Crow law is something like this was not too long ago, back in early 90s like that. The law was actually still in play in certain areas, 1800s. It was very much in play in most parts of America. So we all know they are fucking slaves, bro.
Yeah,
They were slaves, man. That's fucked up. I heard, right, in the 60s like that, 1960s, some universities, right, over there, they literally still had areas of the uni campus, black people can't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in certain states, right? A certain uni. So you think about that. That is what your parents' generation, bro.
True.
So it's quite
Not
fucked up.
so long ago.
But you know, like I think racism now, I think people are addressing it more. I think our generation is fighting for racism, but you know which I don't understand a lot, like the younger generation fighting for gender identity.
So in Malaysia, it's actually not like you wanna. Of course, I have lah. Okay, I'm pretty sure if you go to international school, private schools, it's more prevalent there. You're talking about gender as in they just want to be like they're fluid with their gender. And okay, this is a good topic to bring up, okay. So the reason why also, right, this shit, we always see this on internet. So we see like those clips that stand out, like furries. You know what's furries? Yeah, people who identify as a cat and then they go meow 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 in class, and teachers say, what's 5 + 5? Meow. And the teacher's like, what, like, Steven, you have to, talk properly. They can't say that. They're just like, oh, sure, go and meow ahead. So it is a problem there. So
wait, it's legit?
I didn't know. The first time I'm hearing this.
So
furries, they call it furries.
I didn't know. I thought I saw this thing in somewhere in social media that's about one guy also behave like a dog and all these things. But this one is very new to me.
No, the behaving like a dog thing, that one is just some weirdo.
Okay.
And then they did a documentary about him.
Yeah.
Like they have a dude that wants to be a baby forever, and then he's always in his pampers and he's a grown ass man. So that's different. This one is like it's affecting the schools.
Yeah, wait a minute, but why you watch
Why are you watching all
Why
this?
you watch furry?
It came on my FYP. What am I supposed to do? Guy.
It came on
No, because
right?
TikTok. It's not. It works like the videos that you watch, and it recommend you the similar content.
Oh, that means you're watching something similar, lah.
It showed me. So I searched for it. No, meow.
Furry porn.
But
Kavin J introduced me to furries.
Oh.
Okay.
fuck me. It's always the Indian guys finding the weird ones.
So how many people are there like that? Like, are there big communities like this?
I mean, bro. So imagine you're a student, okay, and then the point I was making just now, the reason why in Malaysia, right, we only see the crazy stuff the more over the top ridiculousness, which is furries, right? The reason why it's so big over there is because in certain schools in certain states, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of their syllabus. They teach to the children in I don't know about kindergarten, but I know primary school already. They teach you the fact that, so yes, there's boy and girl, male and female, but there's also 150 or whatever genders that are out there, and they all each have to be respected and blah blah blah. So I'm all for you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not hurting anyone, right? Yeah, you literally can do whatever the fuck you want. But the reason why it's a big topic in America is because things get a little bit messy or what do you call this, complicated if you guys have a child in that school, and your household, you firmly believe in just male and female, right? Okay, maybe y'all are cool with LGBT or what? Yeah, sure. But doesn't matter whether you're okay or not. The problem is it necessary? The question is it necessary to be teaching children this young about this sort of thing? So what do you think, if your kid was in, let's say, SMK something, right? Not SMK, SK primary school, okay? Second day of school, he come back like, Daddy, why you didn't tell me? There were so many other genders, and I want to be like one of them or blah, blah, blah. As a parent, you'd be like, oh, fuck this shit, man. Yeah.
So for this, right, there's a case study that people did before. There's a girl, generally I feel, in this area, like kids, you can teach them, educate them, but don't educate them in a way like I think like there's gays, there's lesbians, and there's straight couples. I think that's the three things you have to educate them, and then transgenders maybe you can educate them.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between education and influencing someone.
Yes.
So if you're educating, you are letting people know there are people like this. Okay. Influencing is like you can be like this. You are supposed to be like this. If you're feeling like that, you're supposed to be. So that is, I feel like sometimes ideas can be put into very forcefully.
Very young itself, yeah.
Yeah.
So educating is like, hey, these are people. First, so sometimes when you see adults like this is how they are. You cannot go tell them like, if you feel a bit feminine or to a boy, you feel a bit feminine, or to a girl, you feel a bit macho, you're actually lesbian, or you're actually gay, or you're actually
Because-
a woman trapped in a man's body. You cannot tell
Correct,
them
correct.
that because they're too young.
Yeah, because you see, the hormone haven't. See, we all hit puberty only. It takes time for us to understand like how it works, how the body parts and everything works.
So, for example, there's plenty of girls who are tomboys when they were young, and then later on they just
They change.
they change. They just maybe they sort of realize maybe the girl grew
They
up
become
with,
very hot.
okay. So,
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Actually, some of the tomboys became damn hot.
Yeah.
so you hear an example lah. Okay, this is quite common. Okay, a girl grew up with 4 older brothers, right? So she's a bit more rough, tomboy, more sporty, and then when she reached high school, and then she's like, damn, all my other girls are.
Behaving different, and I'm behaving different, and she started to doubt herself.
And then the opposite sex comes into play
Yeah.
lah. And then you obviously know that you're interested, you're straight. Okay, you're actually a girl that likes boys, right? And then how come my friends are getting more attention from the guys? So you fuck all that tomboy shit, and you're like, let me put on some makeup, let me wear some nicer, more appealing clothes like that. Yeah. So just now Kris was saying there's a difference between educating and influencing. So what the schools are doing is educating. The
So,
influencing is
I think school nowadays are not just educating; they're influencing a lot.
Correct, especially the Western.
yeah.
Because I've seen a video was going viral. I don't know when was it, when I saw it in reels. So the teacher, it's himself. I don't know itself or they themselves.
They sell
They self. A transgender.
furry. Okay.
Yeah. So teaching that the kid saying that it's okay to be, you feel this way and you need to stand out. Tell your parents that you are different and you need to stand for it. You need to fight with them. So I feel like when you're a kid. See, back then, even if you want a popcorn, your parents will tell you no, not now, because that is a way to like discipline your kid. Like you need to know everything when is the time for you to know. I want something, you need to earn it, you need to get it. So even if you want to be a transgender, whatever, get your age first. Maybe you're 21 or 25. Then only you want become whoever you want. You just become whoever.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are talking about a minimum age requirement for you to be able to do whatever you want with your body.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, there's a drinking age. There's an age to go partying. There's an age to go.
Correct.
To vote in Malaysia. It was 21 and now it's 18. Yeah. So there is a proper age where your body fully develops.
Correct.
Brain fully develops. Right? Could you guys remember yourself when you were 12 or 8 and compare it to 21? Like your thought process of things.
Yeah,
I think
a lot.
I think for me the emotional maturity someone hits is around 23, 24.
Yes, 100%, bro. Definitely not. Some cases, some people mature a bit faster because due to life circumstances.
Correct.
Yeah. But if you're talking about 13, 14, it's like no lah, probably
13,
not
14
lah.
is too young.
No, too
Too
young.
young.
Way too young. And of course, you see, it's generally until it will always life cycle, right? When you're young, you always think that you're matured already. You're already better than your parents. Everybody already came across that part.
Bro, I remember, I swear, right, and they might hear this also. I fucking swear, right, I remember thinking when I was 13, 14, 15 that, wow, I can't believe that I'm actually smarter than my parents.
Right.
It's the fuck, bro. Do you all have thoughts like that? Like, not in everything.
I feel like everyone will go through this cycle of
Yeah.
understanding that. That's why we became a rebel. We started to fight.
Not only when it comes to tech things. Tech things, of course, we know because these are bread and butter as children in this generation. But I thought of not just tech stuff, just like life stuff, right? General life stuff that like in certain things that, this one I actually know better than them. And then when I get older and older, I'm like, fuck man, I'm getting stupid. Like, it seems stupider and
No,
stupider.
the thing is correct. See, when every time when you age, right, you always look back. You see, like, wow, how stupid I was. It always will be. Right now, you probably think right now, whatever we think, right, we are the smartest. Probably we think that right now we know everything. In another maybe 3 more years or few more years, you will probably think that age is actually stupidest thing you've done.
And I used to think, right, like, imagine if, I used to think now as I go older, I think like, fuck man, if I'm like my dad or a parent, right, talking to younger kids or what, right, is not so interesting lah, to be honest. They're not as smart.
I think okay, maybe you don't like kids.
I love kids. Fucking love kids, bro.
I think kids. I know what I understand. Like as we grow older,
Yep.
we make kids feel like they're smart. So when they do something, we're like, oh, really? That's so smart. And the kid be like, yeah, I'm smart, bitch.
Is that a good thing?
I think sometimes like you, as a parents, you do that is bad because you need to learn how to humble them. But as a stranger or uncle, that's fine.
See, I feel like there's a way to put it in everything, right?
Hey,
So-
but let's go back to the okay. What is this? We remember. We go back to the. I want to talk about why it's actually dangerous. Like because we were talking about when you reach the age of 18, there is a certain age that you have to reach to be able to, for example, change your sex or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what is a big issue also is, do you all know about hormone blockers?
yeah.
So what happens is, doctors prescribe hormone blockers, right? So they block your women hormones are estrogen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Right.
and men for testosterone.
Yes, so they block estrogen.
This is what I call influence.
Yes, so they block estrogen and they prescribe testosterone. So, if I'm not mistaken, right, the prescription, right, okay, for testosterone that you're supposed to take to throughout that process of fully changing into a man from a girl, it's a huge amount. Bodybuilders, they look at that and they're like, fuck, man, that shit will get you buff, man. Yeah, so it happens. Your voice change,
Yeah.
more masculine features physically and internally as well, right? So, emotionally as well.
Yeah.
So, the fucked up thing is, they prescribe this shit, right? There's no age. There's literally no age. Minimum age. It can be any. It goes by case. And then you come with the monetary, you talk about the monetary conflict from the doctor, right? If you're a doctor that prescribe this stuff, there is a benefit for you to encourage it lah. It is a product, that you are pushing, that you earn money from. So once the kid is on this thing, right, a process, and to reverse it,
You cannot reverse.
I don't think you can reverse it.
There's no way to
Maybe
reverse.
There's
no way to reverse.
I didn't. Wait, you can't reverse it.
You cannot, because
that's what I've been hearing
you see,
too.
what you are your body takes time period to grow. So your hormone, you stopped it at a young age. It stopped already. You cannot reverse anymore. You see, your bone mass, your muscle mass, your everything is changed. Your Adam apple, everything is so it's already developed in such a way. It's like your teeth. When you're young, teeth fall, and then you can grow back.
Got you. In a way, it's like, if you want to go back, right, it's sort of like deteriorating your body.
Yeah, you can there is a certain way you can
Not
reverse
completely.
back, not completely. Your body mass, your body won't be as big as a man. You won't be as wide shoulder, whatever. Because your what do you call your facial hair and everything wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
And I think your penis size also wouldn't be same. So
probably.
I think so.
Hey, you know
I'm not sure about that.
Do you all know what happens to girls that take steroids?
Of course, they will really wise to change, and then they will
down
start
there.
their what they call their clitoris will become bigger as well.
Not only bigger,
Yeah.
like it.
What become bigger?
Bro, I swear, you Google it, just type.
No, I don't Google this.
Google it.
I don't Google this.
What would happen?
What's it?
You just Google steroid. Women on steroids pussy.
They will look like a dick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to Google it? Huh?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Fuck that.
when someone
No,
told
because how I know is that I like to see a lot of bodybuilding magazines and everything, right? There is a nude bodybuilders and everything. So I saw a female bodybuilder and so I thought this must be a transgender. No, actually she's a female.
the pussy will, it's not really a dick lah, but it would just like something protruding will come out and grow longer and longer.
Yeah.
I swear, bro, I didn't know. Someone told me only the other day. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Then I Googled it. I'm like, oh fuck, man.
I think me and Puvanan.
Yeah.
What?
We need to rethink back our.
Yeah.
What, taking steroids?
No.
Huh? You want to take steroids?
No.
No.
We know.
No,
Don't
but
lie.
the thing is that for
when-
guys it won't work the same way as for, because it's like girls is different, ma. I mean for guys also it's different. Because testosterone, when you take steroid, it's not only boosting your testosterone. Sometimes it boosts the wrong hormone as well because it spikes, right? So that's why men get called gynecomastia.
What's gynecomastia? What's that?
So if I'm not, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing correct or not. It's called gynecomastia. It's just to put it short form, it's gyno lah.
Okay.
So what's gyno is that when you have to, that's the cycle for it to wash off You take it certain period of time. You should ask a professional for
Yeah, of
regarding
course.
it.
Chill
But
out.
I know a basic knowledge about it. So when you there's a cycle of it. So if you don't take it in a proper way, you take in a high dosage.
Sorry,
what you'll
this is let's say a guy transition to a girl.
No. Normal guy want to take a steroid. When you
Okay.
take a steroid, sometimes you'll see their nipples getting bigger.
I've
of
seen
course.
this.
Yeah, that's called gyno.
Yeah, more like maybe not. Oh yeah, bigger.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll become like a man boob.
yeah.
So the thing is that's why it's like sometimes your hormones is very imbalanced. Sometimes it boosts even your estrogen level as well. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So imagine this shit happening to kids, right? And then a few years later, a couple of years down the road, they change their mind lah. They realize that, oh man, it's just a phase I was going through. I truly feel like I'm a girl actually inside, and then that's when things get fucked, man. Like you can't actually go back, or you can't go back properly, So that's why there is a great argument, I think, to have a minimum requirement age rather than just any age. You can just do sort of things to alter your body, and then there's of course the freedom or your rights to do whatever you want with your own body. So it gets complicated,
Correct.
man. That's why this argument is.
Also, time to time, right? Your body always changes, and your mood changes, your thinking changes. Time to time, always you will never be a same person. If you think about it, throughout your whole life, right? You are never always the same person. You always, sometimes you are down, sometimes you are really in a very cheering mood. Sometimes you are like, I don't want to do anything, or I don't want to see anyone. So it's just that you're going a different pace of time because based on your daily basis, your hormones changes and everything, right? Internally, there is so much thing happening to us, and we still don't understand ourselves that much. And if we give so much ourselves to feelings itself, right? We carried away all the time with feelings alone. We're relying on feelings alone. Feeling always lies you because it's based on your if you're intellectually, you need to think what.
Sorry,
is right
feelings
for you.
always what?
Always lies you.
Lies to you. Okay.
Because if you really think about it, suddenly you feel angry. Do you need to kill someone? You feel like you want to kill someone. If you rely on your feelings, you would do it.
Yeah. I'm lucky I hardly get angry.
Yeah, you see, a lot of people, right? Sometimes they get angry, they will break their own stuff, they'll smash the TV. Why? Why would you want to do that?
This is what Kris does.
This is what Kris
No,
does.
I never do that.
So
Fun fact, he has a punching bag in his hall.
Yeah.
I have punching bag, but I don't
There's
do that.
someone who always be in the punching bag. You just don't know who's that guy.
so is okay. Kris told me also he loves martial arts. He's been practicing martial arts a long time. So people like I myself also big martial arts fan. From martial arts, people from martial arts community, right? They realize that the people that are training all the time, right? They're the type of people that will not bully someone or not beat up another person,
Right.
because they know that they can. But if you're on the outside and you're looking at it, people just have this stereotype like, oh, they're, what do you call that? Just a meathead and then they just want to beat people up all the time
Correct.
But that's not the case
I think Karate Kid, it says otherwise.
So actually,
yeah, right. Because of the bad guy, there's also a good guy with.
correct. So why is that someone who's going through a practice martial art and everything, they are being disciplined and they are don't bully and everything, right? That's the thing. See, it's not true, and yet it's also true. Why? See, someone go through a harsh training like that, and they have already understood that how small you are. How small you are. You think you are big, but how small you are. Martial art put you into the space in a space where you are so vulnerable. You think like, I'm so weak. That's why you try to be so hard to get stronger.
Okay.
And that makes you to feel like, oh, the world is actually there's a lot of people are like me.
So let's try and
Hey, wait
compare
up.
it.
Let me excuse myself. I just need to check something quickly.
Go, we can still talk. No. Yeah, I was saying so you think about this you compare it to, let's say for example, okay, there's always someone richer than someone there. Okay, so let's say someone has 100,000, and then there's another person that has a million. What if that person could buy over your existence? That's how it feels like when you're in the training in martial arts and you compete with someone that can just crush you and beat the fuck out of you. It's sort of like that lah. Of course you can't buy people's existence.
But correct, but we cannot put it that way, because you see, right, the hardship that you go through is different than someone who's rich. We cannot compare that richness to
It's a very bad analogy.
very bad analogy.
Yeah, sorry.
So because you see, you cannot be rich in martial art. He's like, there's no such thing that you are my son, I give you, pass it to you, or someone that I pass the knowledge to you. Cannot. No matter how rich you are or poor you are, you have to go through that harsh training in order to become a good. So it's equal for everyone. No matter what level and the life or status to you, it's equal for everyone to go through that process in order to be good at it, right? So that's where you understand the equality, because it's equal to everyone. So this is why you see, but someone who never go through harsh training, but they also can be good at fighting well. So, like for example, a street fighter.
Then you're talking about there's also such thing as physical advantages
correct,
just by birth.
Correct. So that's why we cannot say this thing that someone who's in martial art always never bullies. No, there are people who bully.
Yeah, of course.
There are people bully because they never go through a process, a complete training harshness. They probably
they've been the bully all the time.
I have bullied in the martial art field before.
You mean bully people?
Yeah, they bully before.
No, I mean you bully
You
people.
bullied, is it?
No. I cannot bully before.
You've been bullied. lah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've been bullied by martial artists as well. But the thing is that you have to understand martial artist, and someone who learn martial art is different. So someone who learn martial art, they are there for just punch, kick, and everything. They have certain disadvantage. I mean, they have a certain advantages over martial art because they already understand how it works, how it functions. But you cannot be a martial artist just knowing punches and kicking. So of course you would go around, kick people, punch people, because you already know how to kick and punch. But the harsh training towards the discipline, because you love it so much and you want to get good at it, then you became a martial artist. Then when you understand, it's like a wisdom, whole knowledge in there. That's where you are a different person. That's where you really understood that I am so small in this world and so do everyone. So there is bigger world outside there, and you know that there is nothing you get out of it by torturing someone or hurting someone.
But
you get nothing.
It takes time for someone to understand.
Correct.
That. Nowadays, like they'll be like, when I go 2 or 3 sessions, they'll be like, okay, I'm fine with it. Now I'm a martial artist. I can kick, I can box. That's the thing. Once you do let's say you're in a class, and then after a few classes, and then your master or your whoever guru, and say, okay, can you do this?
Yeah.
And then you perform something, and then he claps. He claps to encourage you.
Yeah.
But now the mindset is when he gets the applause,
The adrenaline rush.
and the rush comes like, okay, I'm big.
Yeah, I'm the shit
So
now.
I'm the center of attention. That goes through their head.
Correct.
So the thing is, when they go out, because people will be talking about you, say, hey dude, you get a name in the class, man.
Yeah.
So it's not like for him to improve. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I reached the level
Yeah.
that no one could reach for how many years.
Yeah, correct.
So when they go out and they try to show off, that's when someone who's supposed to defend, they start to attack.
Correct. So I would like to share a story regarding this this topic itself.
Oh yes, please. I hope it involves someone getting beaten up.
So this was my master's son, my wushu master's son.
Okay. How long were you doing wushu? Sorry.
Okay, I started when I was 16 until I was 9 years.
Was
9 years, complete years I've trained.
Was that the first martial arts you?
My first martial art was
joined?
Taekwondo.
Okay.
My second martial art was Wushu, and I've so on Wing Chun and many more.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So yeah. So when I was learning Wushu, right, and his son also trained martial art. But he's not really into martial art like his father. Father is a respected person.
Just watches some Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah. He probably and he bullies me a lot.
Is an older guy, bigger guy, or what?
He's same age as me.
Bigger?
At the time I was 16. He's like probably about 16. No,
17.
he's
Same size of.
shorter than me slightly, but he's slightly buff bigger than me.
Let's call him out now.
That time I was skinny. I was damn skinny. So
You're still skinny. No, I'm kidding.
okay, like,
kidding lah, I'm
compared to
kidding
you,
lah.
maybe I'm
No lah, bro. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding lah.
So he always will bully me, and that's one time
What do you mean by? Yeah, okay. Do you explain?
he will like bully me, like sometimes throw things at me.
Yeah,
sometimes-
pinch your ear.
Sometimes pull my pants in front of people. Like he will humiliate me in front of people. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
being
bully.
patient because I'm already a martial artist. When early time I already understood how life it is. Coming from my life background is very different. So at one point, of course everybody reached a limit, right? He one time he was really, I didn't listen to him, and he spit on my face just like that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You're in class.
We were I'm a lion dancer. He also a lion dancer.
Okay.
So during the lion dance,
Yeah.
he asked me to do something and I didn't do. And then
Wait, why? How come just so happen? Is it just a coincidence that you're doing lion dance together, or how come you spend so much time with this guy?
because he's a master's son. He always will be in the place
But
wherever
the
I
lion
do.
dance is nothing to do with wushu.
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know that.
Yeah.
I also didn't know, bro.
Chinese
didn't
martial art,
know.
you see, Chinese martial art is a one whole package kind of thing. You can learn if you wanted to. So if wushu there, tai chi's there, lion dance there, dragon dance there, it's all it's like one whole package thing.
Got you.
So I took the whole package.
Okay.
Except tai chi, I didn't take that much.
Yeah.
You took all the package.
Yeah, almost all. So at the time he spat on my face, and I almost went to whack him, and happened to be my master's there, and then he saw that. But I was always patient. He knows that how hardworking I am. So he came and stopped the fight, and then he scolded him, and
Wait, he came and stopped the fight. Means you were shouting at him or something?
no, we
lah.
were almost wanted to get into fist fight.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And he stopped, and then he break us. He said that he scolded his son, and then I told my master straight away. I told him, I don't know, I'm so pissed. I told him,
Yeah.
you can be a good master, but you're not a good father.
You said that.
I said that straight to him.
And he's like, "Yep, true."
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just keep quiet. I think he knows. So one time I know how, and then after the next Chinese New Year, he was so nice to me. It was so good. I was like so shocked. How is that? What happened to him? What happened to him? Suddenly he's a different person.
Yeah.
He's like,
Woohoo!
Kris, please sit. Have to take a seat. And everything.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's a total different character.
Yeah.
And I was like, something must have happened. What happened?
He got his ass whooped.
Yep. So by who? But not for the father.
Not the father.
His elder brother.
Elder brother?
His elder brother is like the head. Okay, his elder brother is also a wushu champion. Back then, and his elder brother is very. He give him away because younger brother, right? So he's always manja him and jaga him and everything. But he realized that father give him manja, he give him manja, turned the boy to be asshole,
Yeah.
and he realized that. And people they thought that throughout the time he would learn, but he didn't learn. So the brother, what he did, he make him naked, whip his ass, ask him to run in the taman.
Hey.
I wouldn't encourage people to do that.
No, I expected like just a normal. You
No.
just beat him up, bully him lah.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
like you like to bully people.
Now
I'll
I-
bully
now
you
I-
now.
That's what he did. You see, you like bully people, right?
Yeah.
He did it in the most harsh way. Make him naked and whoop his ass, and then ask him to go
So
run.
the question is,
Humiliate him lah.
is there people watching or? Is
The whole taman, of course, people will be watching.
yeah, exactly.
And,
And can you
So-
be naked in public? Did the police come?
Yeah.
no, but
Too
you
many-
you have to understand. This is in Ipoh, right? It's a
Oh, you're from Ipoh.
I'm from Ipoh.
Okay, I see.
So it's like kampong area. So
Yeah.
of course, the whole taman will know you. So
Oh, is that a common thing?
it's a common. I mean,
It's a common thing?
No, it's not a common thing. Like these kind of things, all punishments, all is very common back. The father tie you in the trees. Now will be a controversy, but back then it's like a
No, I did not know that lah. Yeah, but
yeah,
okay.
So, but he learned his lesson. See, sometime when you're too, you think you're too strong.
Yeah,
you think you need to put it into a place.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't encourage you to do that much lah. But what the brother did is the right thing to do.
Yeah, it sure as hell worked.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Because
Eventually, he was
he
so nice
became-
person, and then every Chinese New Year I go to his house, right? He was so humble. He will go respect the elder people. He will respect the younger people. He will always address people in the right way. He will never say, "Hey, oi," what is it? He won't say this way.
So this sort of thing, right? You can it's not actually. I don't think lah. It's fear, because fear. Then you can tell that he's putting on an act lah.
Correct.
This is something where you understand already your place in this
Correct.
world, where you are just an enter. You can be
Yeah.
smushed
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
So it's not out of fear lah. The
Yeah.
fact that he changed is understanding. So it's a
Yeah.
lesson
Correct.
well taught.
Yeah.
The method of teaching.
Yeah, I would. I mean, see, back then, right? I feel like a lot of people are so disciplined in a certain thing, right? Back then, the things are very harsh.
It is. I actually didn't know this, But then, do you remember last time? I think just recently, only a couple of months ago or earlier this year, right? There was this kid driving a car, like 12, 13-year-old or 8-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So I think the cops pull over the car lah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe he did it again or something. But there was another video that came out. I saw on World of Buzz. it was him in his kampong. This is in Sarawak, Sabah, like that, right? In the kampong, and then the neighbors were all there, and they were all beating him together.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
sir.
bro. Then I'm like, what's happening? Like,
beating
what?
who?
Beating the boy.
The boy. Huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Little boy.
But this is
Teenage. I think it's a teenage.
not really teenage.
Oh, is
but
it?
it's definitely under 18. Maybe it's 12, 13, 8
Oh,
or
okay.
yeah. So they were beating him together. You know, like
Shit.
like your dad lah. Then you call your buddies. Hey, come, let's whack my son up good.
Like that.
It was like that. I was watching the video.
The dad also asked him
Bro,
to
the
whack.
video. I just watched the video, and the boy is like there, and then they're all hitting him like or throwing things at me or whatever. That type of shit lah. Then I'm like,
Who hitting?
the neighborhood, neighbors.
Neighborhood.
I think the father called.
Yeah, he
neighbors
called.
to beat his son. Apparently.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see this.
So I just thought of that lah when you told me about that running in the taman thing.
Could be.
So either.
But sometimes it could be different story also.
I mean, I remember watching Chinese films, right? The traditional Chinese films. Yeah. Something like that happened. You know, in the village, and then everyone come and shame you or some shit. Yeah. Does that you see?
I mean, it's common thing in movies, especially in India, where
Yeah. I wanted to ask about that.
When people fall on someone's feet, it's more of giving respect, or it's a form of punishment. Like there's a movie where if you're in a village and be like you be like you're punished into fall on your feet. Have you seen the movie? I think it was one Dhanush movie where he kept on falling on each family's feet.
Yeah.
What movie is that? It's a kind of punishment too. Asuran. So
I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen Asuran?
Oh yeah, he told me he haven't seen the movie.
You should.
So it's I don't know kind of punishment. What?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fall on people's feet.
Because that is involved in age. Because you see, cannot see age. You see, if I bow on someone elder than me, that's something form of respect. If I bow someone younger than me, it's form of humiliation.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, for me, this bowing thing, right? Yeah. Okay, this
You
bit.
didn't hear the story just now, man.
Bit out of.
Maybe does he know about it?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think so. No.
Which one? About what?
Listen to the podcast.
Anyways, this bowing thing.
Yeah.
There's one movie. It's a bit out of topic. There's one movie that actually made me feel like, oh shit, he actually bowed.
What movie?
Anatha, when Rajinikanth bows.
Oh,
Really, he bows? Oh yeah.
When he goes to the feet, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, Rajini has done a lot in his life,
But not this, right?
but not that. That made me feel like, oh, this man really has no ego.
No, but the thing is you can call it as a bully,
Yeah.
or you want to name it as punishment. It's up to you.
yeah.
So
It's not a.
it's not you are bullying the elderly people. He falls on a feet to someone who's younger as a punishment.
Sorry, can you explain that falling on the feet? I don't understand.
Okay, the thing is, in this movie, I think the son made a mistake.
Yeah.
So the village head called everyone and then asked the father to fall on each household's the leader's head. That means the father's feet. You need to fall onto their feet.
What do you mean by fall on the feet? I literally.
I mean, like you.
What the guys?
No, you
So,
like how?
It's not fall on the feet.
Oh,
You get blessing.
kneel down.
I
Kneel
mean,
down and bow.
Okay.
kneel
got
down
you.
and bow. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got you.
Yeah.
By Indians, we always like to say fall on the feet.
Yeah.
I thought like.
Yeah.
Boom.
No.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like a punishment. That's a real punishment, man.
Yeah.
Kneel down and
Some
bow.
concussions.
Yeah. So in that movie, either you can see it whether the guy was bullied or is he getting a punishment.
It's a punishment. Sorry, it's a punishment trying to show what it is to be bullied. Is it?
No, so okay. You have to understand the full context of the movie. Okay, the movie, he is someone who's respected in the village. I mean, he's an elder person lah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the father.
Okay,
he's
so
the father.
basically,
So
in a way, why would they call it a punishment is when you go down on people's feet, especially younger than you, older than you, anything, you're hurting their ego.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, understand.
So imagine the whole village you have to go and touch their feet one by one.
No
That's
matter
a form of punishment.
no matter how junior they are, also.
Yeah.
So you are like saying like you're not above us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because going down their feet is a sign of respect. That means I respect you as an older,
Yeah.
elderly person. But if you do that to everyone, it means like you put them higher than you.
Mm.
So in a way, like when you do that, like as a punishment, it's like even a kid has more respect than you.
Since we are talking about respect your elders, right? I mean, sort of, right? I don't think that's necessarily true 100% of the time. Sometimes your elders, especially if they're not related to you, they can be complete dickhead, or complete dumb fuck.
Yeah.
So that term I don't think it's 100%.
Yeah, it's true. That's why the younger generation has started avoiding that quite a lot.
Another one is older people are wiser. Also, it's like that's not.
I mean, not necessarily
Not necessarily.
true.
I feel like, okay, with experience comes wisdom. The only thing is, the older you are, the more experience you have. But some fellas have no experience, but they talk as though they have a lot of experience.
See, if you are a there's a saying that kata gua tempurung. How does
Kata
Yeah,
bawa
kata di
tempurung.
bawah tempurung.
kata bawa tempurung.
In
Right?
a bubble, inside a bubble.
If you are someone in the bubble until your old age,
Yeah.
you never gain anything.
Okay, so for example, you say more experience equals more wisdom, right? I'm gonna use an example, like what I mentioned earlier, which is talking about slavery, right? Last time, there's a whole group of people, a big portion of people that think that it's the norm, that they think that slavery, a black person is supposed to be a slave. So, if you're talking about experience and wisdom, what if you come from that time? And then, the times change, and then, this whole slavery shit was abolished, and then
I think it's very similar to the previous topic that you talked about, like the gender issues as well.
Is it?
Yeah, because you think about it, slavery at that time, it was right. Then it became like a wrong thing, right?
I'm sure there's always been a pockets of people that have been against it at that time, but I think majority of people just thought this is just what we do.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's the same thing, like gender thing is like, at our age, we think this is not a problem.
Yeah.
So, but the younger generation, this is a problem. So it's very similar to, I'm not saying it's one-to-one, but I'm saying that the problems have come in a way that's how people, the older generation view it, is like, we don't see it from their perspective. So in that way, you cannot really say, because I feel like the gap between our parents and us is not that big compared to our gap between us and the younger generation.
See, the thing is,
Due to social media is a
Social
big
media
one
and everything.
and technology, yeah.
Yeah. So the you see the emotional intelligence between us and somebody who is 18 is very far. But between us and our parents, it's not that far off.
Yeah.
We still can relate to them. But with someone who's 18, they can't relate to us, we can't relate to them.
Yeah.
Because the age. And the 18 years old cannot even relate to the 10-year-old. Because the 10-year is a different kind of problem. Because of the exposure they have.
yeah.
So they are maturing way faster than they should. And it's a good thing, but also it's a bad thing because I read an article about this where people believe everything that's in the internet. They're like, internet has the ultimate knowledge.
Okay, so last time people believed it more, what do you call that? Openly, they're more stupid. They believe things. Now people are much more wary and cautious, but there's also way more scams and misinformation out there. So that's the difference,
Yeah, but also misinformation. But also you have to think about it here, right? If you search something in Google, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, is
Google can feed you misinformation on
so
purpose.
you
All
just,
the time, most of the time.
Okay, you just.
But-
a simple question is cancer bad? What kind of cancer? Like I got a flu. The thing is, it's gonna give you. You immediately think you have.
I mean, if y'all want to talk about the COVID thing, everything that you search on Google is
It was symptom of COVID.
it was back then. Like, I don't know about now. It was feeding the whole narrative.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say like, and somebody did a research that everything that you search on Google is any website is using the same, or it doesn't use a lot of sources.
See, when you search something, you need to have knowledge how to search something.
Oh yeah.
Before what you want to know particularly.
Yes.
If you generally search generally, it will throw you bunch of ideas.
You're talking about the first page,
Yeah, you see, searching is also knowledge. You need to know how to search it. Something I want to know particularly. If you generally if you say, okay, my knee hurts, and I don't know, my knee feels wobble. It will give you so many
Cancer.
Cancer. Conclusion cancer.
So,
But probably you torn an ACL.
or maybe it's just super sore and it will recover
Correct.
completely.
Correct. So, but you need to particularly know what you are searching for.
Remember what I told you, like
Yeah.
a sharp pain.
Correct.
Yeah, if I search that, right, they're like, hey man, go and get it.
You got brain tumor.
Yeah,
You would
X-ray
probably say that.
or fractured skull
Yeah.
or whatever.
So
Yeah.
what I was trying to say is somebody said
You were trying to say something?
yeah, I was trying to say something but he just came with that.
Chill, bro. This is what we do on podcast.
No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
generally is what the research says. You find a topic, Google in the articles that come around it has cited 10 of these papers, but there's 100 old papers that are not translated online yet. They are not available online. So the information that you get is actually a funnel information. That means this is the information they only allowed you. So anything that you search is based off like 10 or 20 papers only. But there's so many papers or journals and articles, even like your textbook phrases, you can't get it online easily. You have to, you search it, you won't get that answer.
So there's Google, right? The Google search engine. And do you all know about the capabilities of AI search engine? Because
so AI search engine actually takes off from whatever that's available on internet, right?
yes,
So, but they don't use the scholar papers. So
they don't know.
They don't.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. I just assume that, I mean, now that is the goal lah, eventually. Now it's still a weaker version, right? AI. It's not at its peak form lah, but eventually that is the goal. I guess if AI was going in that direction, which is the right thing to do, you the more sources that you cover and compare, then you have the best, most accurate answer.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Google and AI until now doesn't cite scholar papers.
Why?
So-
Any reason? Because it's too tedious.
Because a
for
lot
now.
of people, when they write thesis and everything, right?
Yeah.
They submit it as a printed version or online, right? So the previous, like I think only the past 10 years, everything has been online. But the information that's before the 10 years, nothing has been online.
Hasn't been online.
It's not been online.
Oh,
So until
understand.
today, it's not online.
Yeah, understand.
So that's why when you go to a doctor knows more about what you have than the Google, is because the information that the doctor knows is not available online. And it's generalized so much that you think that is the fact. So there's nuances to the everything that you say, like think it's not available online. So I was like, oh, that's very true.
So you wanna we're talking about information also, right? Misinformation. Damn, I said this too many times on the podcast, but I'll say it again. So you know, like cholesterol is a really big thing. This was when I was growing up. I remember my parents just kept talking about cholesterol level. And studies came out, newer studies came out, and cholesterol actually ain't that bad for you. There's also a lot of benefits for cholesterol. We have it
There's
in our
so
bodies.
much of misunderstanding about cholesterol.
So much. So from what I've heard, right, I don't know if you all know about this, and maybe I'm getting it wrong, but the reason why cholesterol was on the hit list and such a what do you call that? It was the enemy, okay? Because the big, huge corporations in the 40s, right, that had sugar as part of their product, one of the ingredients to their product, if I'm not mistaken, it was Coca-Cola or F&N, right? Back then, they just paid a couple of scientists to do a research paper comparing the effects of cholesterol and versus a sugar, which is worse, But data is so easily skewed because imagine this, okay, it turns out cholesterol is way worse than the impacts of sugar in like sugar consumption. But what if those people that were in the sample of cholesterol patients, they already had so many other existing health issues? It's simple things like that they can skew the data. Whereas the people that they were testing on the sugar side were super healthy, the complete opposite. So it's easy to skew data
But
like
I
that.
feel like it's not only back then. I feel like even till today, people are doing that. Big corporations are still doing
Okay, so back then, right, you read a paper, right, bro, you think anyone even thought of, this might be skewed data? No, they just thought that this is it and we need to be fucking scared lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, right, like I said just now, we are so wary and cautious of scams or misinformation, or people are, because it's out there and it's proven a lot of times that people get misled lah. But at the same time, you talk about the control, the authority that people have when talking about not only social media platforms. Let's say YouTube's not a social media platform. Imagine people who control YouTube. They control also a big narrative of whatever they want to fucking put out. Yeah, so I mean, how the fuck do we know
Okay.
what we are?
So you bring up a very interesting point, right? YouTube sort of like control narratives, right?
If they want to,
If they want to, they can, right?
yeah.
Okay, so then it comes up with a topic where should you have freedom of speech? If freedom of speech means, it means everything that's good you say, but everything that's bad, right?
We're
Also-
experiencing that also in Malaysia now. This topic, you know how we're supposed to have our. I'm not sure when this is implemented. Maybe early next year. Social media, they want to have license for everyone. Do you all hear about that?
No.
Yeah, so social media, they want to have a license. So it's not the sort of license where it's going to take years and years for you, or months and months for you to get the license, and it's very tough. It's a simple process, which is similar to, let's say you go get a SIM card last time, right? You just tell them some details, and then they register your SIM card. Okay, so it's something simple like that. But the difference is, for now, if I'm not mistaken,
But have you see any other country have done that?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So the thing is that China or Western country, they have already started, then only will come to us. So you see, right, we will not start this kind of implement immediately.
Yeah, because and I would assume
We are one of the first countries in the world
To start
do the smart tunnel.
Oh, okay.
We were one of the first.
I'm talking
I mean,
about
that's different lah.
Okay, back then.
But because like generally Malaysia is a very unique country because it's a very multiracial country,
yes.
and it's very racially, religiously, what we call it.
It's just a
run.
thing lah.
It's run based on that two
Yes.
information
Heavily
first.
influenced by race and religion.
So
Heavy.
that two comes, any decision that you make, that two is the first thing that they will look at. Whereas in Singapore and China, they do look at that at first because it's very.
So there's a time, I think during MCO, if I'm not mistaken, after MCO, they have released it that saying that FINAS say that all the production, even small production,
Sorry,
also
what is FINAS? FINAS is the license for movies to go out
correct,
in the cinema.
FINAS and Profima. So they have two. So they publicly posted that they're saying that all the small social media must have license. They have already said this thing, but until now they haven't implemented it.
Why? Because Malaysia is just slow.
I was asking you about it.
No, but we got the license already.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, yeah, you were telling
for a
me
different
last time.
reason. But I'm talking about even a lot of small production, medium production, they don't have license. Even some of production I work with, the big production, they don't have a finance license.
They say this, but they won't implement.
Yeah,
I think you were saying something.
yeah.
Yeah, what was I saying?
The license.
Oh yeah. So the license thing, like it's like similar to when you register a SIM card lah. But the difference is, right, for now, let's say TikTok, social, Instagram, Facebook, all right. How if our country has access to all the data, all is through the headquarters, right, database, which is not in Malaysia lah. Yeah. Or there's multiple steps you have to take lah. So I think that this license thing, it would give them more access to our information. So it's also sort of, it could be a way of to strengthen control over people. And then just now you're talking about freedom of speech, right? Freedom to post whatever or comment whatever. So our government would say that the reason why we're doing all this social media license is because, you know how the Esha case was big, right? So they say cyberbullying, right, is the reason why they want to fight cyberbullying, and also child predators or child sex predators like that. But there's also the other side of it lah, which is getting more and more control over people.
Over narrative. But I feel like Malaysia, you cannot talk about the 3R.
Yeah, and also, bro, we also know that, like you mentioned just now, race and religion is super influential in our country. That is also all under politics, right? So we know also that in politics, it's a thing. People use social media to sway votes, to get people to pick this side or that side. Sometimes you see some sort of hate comment or whatever. It could just be fucking some political party paid people to do all this.
I actually know this. You talk about
yeah. So I'm saying that is what we know. We've also known this in other countries. People use it, right? In fact, if you're a politician, why the fuck wouldn't you not use it? Especially if you know your opponents are using it, right? If you have the funding, right? So obviously, biggest funding is coming from government now. Yeah, let's go.
So I have a friend who, I'm not going to say his name or the party.
Of course not.
But generally, what he was paid to go to this state. This state is primarily is owned by this party.
In Malaysia.
In Malaysia, this party. So his job, right, was to make that party look bad. But hired by this. So he will go and find every day. His job is to find 3-4 videos to talk bad about this party. And you know what? It worked, you know.
It fucking works, bro.
You know, a lot of people were surprised that won. Like, got half of it. You know why? On TikTok, they were running their campaign. Their campaign was on point.
For me, I always think about it like this lah. I'm Chinese, so obviously the sort of content that I'm seeing, right, even if it's politically related, it's definitely already biased, you know. So we also, there is not just on past side, other side will do it also.
Money controls, man, everything. You see, like sometimes we think that these people are really racist. They hate us. Like there's the time that the baju merah. The what they call No. There's a red clothes during the Najib time. The red color.
Oh, I was in Melbourne, man. I didn't know shit.
There's a say Perhimpunan Merah or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So there's one of the person who in that thing is my friend. He's very nice guy, and his whole family are so nice and full. It's Malay. So they all went with the red color shirt, and then they all went to the protest. They're saying that because during the Lowyat issue back then. So
what issue? Sorry, what issue?
Lowyat.
The shopping mall.
Yeah.
What was the issue though?
Then they say the Chinese people scam. They phone the.
Do you remember there was a fight at Lowyat?
Yeah.
There was a big fight, man.
Yeah. It was a huge fight. And after that, the all the Malay gang all pull out a random guy from the car and then beat him until to coma.
Oh, is
then,
it?
Yeah. He went to hospital seriously, and then he's like coma until for I don't know how many weeks. So it was a huge racial problem. It became a racial problem because it became like a
so
Chinese versus Malay. But actually, it's not. Actually, it's a particular gang group. They actually wanted to purposely want to make a problem into Lowyat to create a racial issue. Because there was too much attention on the politicians. So they need to divert.
Yeah, this shit happens all the time, man.
Correct. So, and my friend, he went to... because at the time this issue came around and then everybody stand out, right? Then there's a Perhimpunan Baju Merah was formed to show the Malay power and Malay things, right? And my friend went there and I asked him, bro, do you know why are you...
Is he participating or what?
He's participating. His whole family was participating.
Okay.
Now I was asking him, bro, do you know why you actually fighting this for?
Yeah, because they paid me 50 ringgit.
Yes, exactly.
$50 only.
Yeah, 100 ringgit.
50 bucks so the parents all come.
100 ringgit or 50 ringgit? 100 ringgit, I think.
Shit,
so
man.
He said my whole family got food and money was paid to him.
Yeah,
See, for me, I don't think so. Money is a thing, but during this, I used to think that way, like money used to be a thing. But until that, why I said the PAS thing was thing, right? Do you know what was the campaign slogan for PAS?
For what pass?
Fine,
So, I think Terengganu and Kelantan has a water problem.
Okay.
Sure.
They have water
They're
issue.
the poorest state, so I'm not surprised.
So they have they don't get clean water. One of the
Okay.
state doesn't get clean water.
Yes.
Okay, so the manifesto of the opposing government was, okay, we'll get you clean water and we'll funnel it. You know what was passed? The pass this one, not
What, there's
all the thing is these people when they come in, they're going to bring your Ketuanan Melayu down.
Who this? The one want to bring the new.
Hey, bro, that thing is not only in Kelantan, bro. It's everywhere.
Yeah, but in so you have to think about it in Kelantan. That's why. So like they were asking random people, why did you vote? They said because I don't want to give up my rights.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking like your rights cannot be abolished just like that. That's one thing. It's very, the educational thing is you cannot abolish your rights, but your fundamental rights of getting clean water is being affected, and the place is not even promising for you to get clean water.
Bro, there's a reason why they remain that state has been in control for a long time by the same party, right? And let's say this what I think if some other body were to come inside and then say that, okay, if we take over, we will promise you, or we have evidence and facts to back up, right, based on proven our history or our track record, that we will help economically make this state a lot more successful, richer, right? But it's at the cost of diminishing your Ketuanan Melayu or the religion, they would gladly say, yeah, fuck that money and all.
No, but the thing is, the other but they say no, the Keturunan Melayu is not going to go down, because you have to understand that this is something that when we did the Psych Sedic video and everything, right? The rap video,
rap
with
one,
Dika, we understood this. Like, you know, we say like Bumi Rights are like, there's a big issue with Bumi Rights with non Bumis, right? But you have to understand that it has become a fundamental right for them. You cannot just take it away from them. So it's a fundamental of their birth.
Yeah.
Okay, it's their birthright lah. Okay, so you can't really take it away. But these people don't understand that is your fundamental right, and nobody can take it away when you're the majority in the country. It's as simple as that.
But okay, so you're saying they cannot take it away. Why not? That is what all the oppositions are always fighting for that to change.
See, I used to think,
I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen anytime soon lah, but I'm saying that's why they're scared of it. We're always talking about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I used to think it's possible, but until I understand the political reasoning behind it is why you can't. It's because when during our grandparents' time, it wasn't a big thing. It was like a right. At that time, if you take it out, it's different. But now, anyone who's like, when you are born as a Bumi, right? By default, you are entitled for certain things.
Yeah. So
it's the same like as Indian or Chinese, you're born in. If you're Singaporean, you're born in Singapore, you are entitled for certain things, right? That's how rights is it. So it's your fundamental right. You can't really take it away.
So this thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, Mahathir was the one that emphasized or made loud about the Keturunan Melayu lah, which
he took out the expiry date.
Yes, the expiry date. So he made and it's so crazy to think that this is not hundreds of years ago, you know, bro. This is like what 30 years.
30 years ago.
Yeah, it's not even so long ago. It was a different time, man. In the 60s, 70s, all there were a lot of cultural Muslims, not cultural Muslims meaning that they celebrate. The Muslim culture only comes into play like in big occasions, not everyday life. Like let's say weddings, funerals, you know, stuff like that. People are very casual, and then in the 90s, it became a full.
I think it's because of Mahathir, where he
it's all politics, bro.
He politicized, he weaponized the thing.
It's very obvious. I think what's weird, right, is fuck, man. This podcast is so fucking real, but also so I don't give a shit lah. Okay.
I mean, this time I don't have to make an apology video.
You might.
But honestly, with this, I don't mind talking about these things because I feel like this is my rights. Because this is my country, I can talk about whatever I want.
Also, okay, it's not going to affect you because your followers are all Indian, bro. Unless you are actually making a real impact and swaying influential people's mindsets, then they'll come after you. If not, they don't give a fuck, bro.
Oh, bro. I think during the election time, I think because after we made the song, we had a lot of people looking at us and a lot of influential power at that point. To the point that people were just listening to us, whatever we wanted to say, right? I remember like a lot of parties came and offered us a lot of money.
Show you the money.
A lot. When I say a lot, right, it's not like
small,
small. It's big. And at that time, my following is not even big yet. I have very small following compared to Vika and everyone. They offered me like crazy money, bro. And the thing, I was like, nah, it's okay. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But
it's okay. They've got a lot of other people too to offer. Yeah, you are nothing to them also, you know. They got so many other people.
Bro, and it's all
cash.
cash.
Everyone.
Cash.
Straight cash.
Of course, cash lah, because no track. Man.
If it's not cash, then what? Transaction, because we are bribing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. They don't call it bribing. They call it like
Hadiah.
Not hadiah.
No.
So when
Token of appreciation.
Token of appreciation.
That's
Is it
hadiah.
hadiah? No.
No, so you
Hadiah's
can
present.
you.
Hadiah
It's
Christmas.
like it's like they are. You know, you as an influencer,
It's a
you go to an
gift lah.
event.
Okay.
They
They
for
pay
the
you,
event.
yeah?
That's how it is.
It's like, thanks for coming for my podcast. I give you some keropok lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. It's like that,
Propo is a
bro.
word of mouth, 50k.
Oh, shit. But I didn't want it lah.
Don't you all think, right, I find it so weird, right, that it can exist in a country where we are multiracial, okay, that's a lot of races, of course, 3 main ones, right? But there are still political parties that are literally pushing just one race. Like, don't you think that's so weird? Like, what's going to happen? Does that mean that all the other race just chow from Malaysia, or like what? How can you still do that in today's
Have
age?
you ever read the political? During election they will give out the manifesto. Have you ever read all the manifestos?
I've read once only. Yeah,
So
I can't really remember.
So the last campaign, I read all 3 manifestos.
Yes. So, but in the manifesto, they all will say multiracial, were they?
Multiracial, but also they will say what they're going to change, right?
Yeah.
So I was listening to it, and there was one part I was looking at it is the tax.
Yeah, tax money. Yeah.
Do you know our tax? 90% of our tax is paid by the Chinese and Malays, Chinese and Indians.
I actually went and googled this recently. It's not, man.
You
It's Malay, you know. I was so surprised. You
No.
try and Google it.
So okay. The thing is,
try. You can try. Just say, just type like which race pays the most tax. Imagine Google also. They already skew the
but okay,
algorithm.
you have to understand, like, Malays pay, but they pay zakat.
Oh, yeah. Okay lah, then that makes sense lah.
The zakat, you can pay how much you want,
Ah.
and also it doesn't help with the country's. It's not for the country's benefit.
So it just goes to zakat lah.
Zakat is a zakat thing. So our country's main tax income comes from the non-Malays.
But the thing is, I feel like this one we cannot talk so detailed about it because we still haven't got 100% knowledge yet.
Okay, it's not only the knowledge.
But when it comes to you talk about the early thing that you asked for, is it like still till today?
like, bro, like, isn't it weird? Okay, so let me rephrase that lah. Okay, in their campaigns, in their manifesto, of course they will put for us to live in unity because we are in this fucking country. But in their campaigns, they're just pushing one race. So I feel that's so weird. How can you do that in a country where you know?
I feel like we kind of have to be fair also in a way. But you think about it, like, right? Let's put it in a way, right? So although it's unfair, it's a different side. We put it aside first. But this is they are the majority and they are the one who we are like
Bro, I don't know, man. This podcast is crazy.
So say we put it.
We need a Malay guy here, bro. We need a Malay guy.
So we need correct. If we want to talk about this kind of topic, I feel like it's better to have one Malay.
Of course.
Yeah. So,
It's so-
otherwise it always goes wrong because
bullying, bro.
whatever we say, it's always turns against
But
whatever.
we're not talking about religion, but we're talking
Correct.
about basic
Race
rights.
also is
Yeah.
dangerous, lah.
So, but the thing is, this is if we are talking about rights, it's something very huge. So I feel like we go back to history, like by law, you have to see that why other countries Singapore all can, we all speak in one language. See, Mahathir also said the same thing back then. He was trying to implement that all of us speak one language and became one Malay country.
Yes. Like Indonesia. all
Yeah,
speak
but
Bahasa Indo.
we didn't want to back then. We wanted to be our own independent state.
Yes,
So
that's why
that's the
vernacular
reason
schools.
why he also don't want to give that rights to complete all of us, because one day it will turn into Indian country or Chinese country, something like that. He believes that.
Yeah, so he's protecting
He still
his
believes
own.
He still believes that.
Yeah, he's protecting his own interests.
Correct. But where else another country, right? We don't have this kind of complex. Malaysia is the only country unique 3 different language speakers and became one citizen. I mean, became one Malaysian thing. Where else there's no other countries like that.
Because yes, it is. You know why not? We haven't like poked the poke the bear yet.
You haven't?
Like, people need to understand, right? That rights, right? People want to support like Black Lives Matter and everything, right? These rights are very similar to how whites get certain privilege. White people get certain privilege. It's the same, but here is racially motivated.
Okay, the thing is also, see, everything we need one thing in common. Okay, to all us united, right? So otherwise, there's no
But I feel like, in terms of, for me personally, I don't like being neutral when it comes to fundamental rights.
Yeah.
Like, if you tell me like, oh, we have to see the other people.
No, but you
Like,
see,
like you're saying that, okay, I cannot speak for them like that. You don't
Yeah,
have
I
to-
cannot. Like,
Yeah.
it's bullshit. Because
It
at the
is.
end of the day, you have to understand that I'm seeing so obvious that you go and buy a house. Let's say I'm staying in this.
Here we go.
you see,
It's simple as that, right? If I go buy a house, there are certain lots, the house, like you and I can stay in the same area. if you are from a different race, let's say you're from a Malay race, your house is cheaper than mine.
Yeah lah.
But
lah.
you and I are staying in the same place, and I'm paying more, so it's unfair. So you cannot say like, oh, you need to come from there.
So
fuck that.
So
man.
isn't it weird that?
So you see that the thing is that okay, in their perspective, I would like to talk about from their. Although I agree with him, but I would like to talk about their perspective.
Let me say the general perspective first lah.
Yeah.
Okay, we think it's straight up just unfair. There's no equality.
Correct.
For them, is you change this thing that your thing is unfair, massacre. So you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but
what
the
fuck is
thing
going on?
is that okay, they're asking. Say we came here to work. According to that, according
We are
to history,
immigrants pendatang
pendatang,
Yes.
right? According to the history, according to the people, we are pendatang. So do now the Bangladesh people also. Okay, they came here to work. So they're asking right now, if everybody come here to work and then for after a period of time, do we need to give them equal rights?
Yeah, like Bangladesh.
Yeah, now Bangladesh, can we give them equal rights? Now, if they ask you, would you agree with that?
As a Chinese who's a non-Malay, I would say fuck yeah, because I'm just one person. Of course I'll say that.
You know what I'll say?
Yeah,
I'll
why
say,
not, man? You
I'll say-
contribute to our economy.
I say it's like, it doesn't matter if it's Bangladesh or not. If he's fucking Malaysian, he deserves the same rights.
If he's a good person, a decent human.
Like, no, as long you're a Malaysian, you should. This is, the problem is, right, what people don't understand is, as Malaysian, we should have equal right. But as a Malaysian, you have different rights based on the race you are. That's what I don't like.
See,
Actually, I like that part where you brought a guest, right, on Malay guest.
which one? The professor, is it?
The professor. I like what he said. Okay,
You all
actually-
have to. I swear, you all have to.
What's his
listen.
name? What's his name?
So no, he
Bro,
said
it's
he said
crazy,
okay,
man.
if Malays exactly following the religion
Okay.
as the teaching of the way of life,
Yes.
so they should accept the way of how the prophet followed.
Yes.
So actually the prophet said to the
followers.
I mean his followers, right? If whoever born, if you are slave,
Yeah.
and the slaves, if you are master, right? You are a slave. Right? Let's say you are
Yes.
a master. You have a slave.
Okay.
And you married the slave. The wife is not the have equal rights, but the wife's kid. I mean, your kid has the
Yeah.
equal rights as you because
Yes.
it comes from you.
Okay.
The next generation
Oh,
of
the next
your
generation.
bloodline.
Okay.
So that is the teaching of the prophet
Yes.
and Islam. So.
So-
But if if they really following that, they should
Yeah.
implement.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
What's surprising is
Yeah.
when he said that to me
Yeah.
in the podcast, I immediately, I need to clip this. This is facts.
Yeah.
So he's trying to say that, okay, Indians, Chinese came to Malaysia, we are pendatang.
Pendatang.
Yeah.
But the next generation, our kids and what, pendatang forever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are here.
We are
Yeah.
here. So he's trying to say that the prophet did that, the example with slaves. But bro, I thought like, this will hit home, everyone will, they will agree with this.
Yeah.
A lot will agree. But there's also comments saying like, this professor full of shit lah, why suddenly compare with slaves? What the fuck, bad analogy or I'm like, I didn't expect them to think of it that way.
See, people are always like that.
Yeah.
He's even they try to talk for us.
The
Bro,
thing is, you try to link.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking comments I got from that about those Professor Tajuddin? So many, bro, thousands of them saying that, bullshit, he's a fake professor lah.
Yeah, I saw the
Or
comment.
read more.
Damn
What?
harsh.
I'm like, motherfucker, you want to see this guy's resume? He sent me his resume. It's 120 pages long. I swear, it's all articles, all books he's written. And these are the fucking comments telling him that is not well researched. I say read more. He doesn't know anything about Islam.
Yeah. See, a lot of if you
When I see shit like that, I actually start to think, right, is this the bots? The bot accounts?
I think people are afraid to accept the reality. The moment you accept reality, the moment, like, imagine I'm having a good life because of other people suffering, but I ignore the suffering. But I'm having a very good life. If I don't care about their suffering, I'm just having a good life. The moment I accept reality, I cannot enjoy this.
I think that's only true for the politicians.
It's not only true for politics, it's true for anybody who's benefiting out of other people's misery. Which is also the same analogy I use. I can stay in this lot and the fella can stay in that lot. I'll be paying more than him.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, but
Because you know why? I'll be paying more than him. So my expenses is way high, When my expenses is way high, I can
but
have
this is
more
my
kids.
country.
Yeah, but you have to understand, like,
But we were here first.
I mean, I'm paying more, right? So I can have more kids.
So what? You all come here to respect me.
Hey, fucker, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, then fight lah.
see, eventually it will turn into only fight.
No, but I think the fundamental reason is what I'm trying to get is, yeah, it's good, but in a macroeconomic way you look at it, I pay more, so I cannot afford to have more kids. I only can have 2-3
See,
kids.
that
But
is-
because he's paying very lesser, he can have more kids than me. So in a way, you are controlling the birth population of certain races. This entire podcast is
It's about
No,
politics.
the podcast stopped at the martial arts.
Remember, he said I learned more than 5 or 7 martial arts.
Yeah, that is finished already.
Yeah.
He just cuts it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright,
The
guys,
rest
that's it for today's episode. Blah, blah. I hope you like the
The
content.
rest of it
blah, blah, blah.
all can be very big controversial. I feel like
because like a lot of people when they ask me about this racial thing, I take my stance very strong because I used to be very neutral about it, but once I understand, like,
to me the thing is that I feel like what are you gonna do about it?
What am I or
So
what's Jiven?
yeah, I'm asking generally whoever are we gonna fight? So the thing is that we only say
personally, I am taking active steps on it because I feel like the only way to do it is education.
yeah, I agree with that.
So that's why if you see my content in English last time, I talk about racially.
Hey, bro, education is 100% true. You tell me if how many percent of super well educated Bumi Putra Malays, they would probably, a lot of them share the same opinion as us. And it's just that a lot of them also don't dare to say anything.
No, but also I feel like as someone who has a bit more following now, I feel like I can make these statements. I'm not afraid of making these statements because when I make these statements, there are going to be 10-15 people who will also make the noise.
And also because they are hearing it from someone, they also feel, they are brave to actually say something.
Yeah.
If you're just a no one that no one knows you, and people will just like ignore you, or they'll just say fuck you, you're racist.
That's why I think that in terms of the content of Prior Rajesh and everything, right? Remember I told you the actual movie? I wanted to talk about the injustice of how the race is. Because that is my goal. I really my if I make films, I want to talk about these things.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch the summer in the winter or what? Summertime in the winter. It was a big it's a film about May 13, dude. A Chinese director did it. It just came out 3-4 months ago. So there was a big
Oh,
fuss
this is the
about
one
it.
they said like they have to censor about 45 minutes or something, right?
I don't know, winter in the summertime, but I was thinking maybe I should actually get the guy on the podcast or so. But obviously if you do a movie about May 13, you're gonna get people's butt, like they're gonna get butt hurt lah.
But I feel like generally, if you want to change whatever everything, right, most of the people who have this kind of mindset to change government and everything, you need to get into politics. You need to slowly understand and how to change and everything. You should go into politics and change it. Otherwise, there's no other way. You can create social attention so how much you want.
I think it's like you can go into politics, but also I can inspire people to go into politics.
Bro,
Yeah, that's one way.
yes.
So I want to aspire people to go into politics because that's why I fight. Because my fight is creative.
But bro, if you wanna talk about this justice warrior, right, getting into politics and like changing the system,
Yeah.
you know who was that? Syed Sadiq. He was doing all of that from the very moment he started sharing his political opinions. It's all for the good cause and equal rights, and then slowly also he starts to feel the wrath of the other old heads that has been there for a long time, and you notice that there's so much more fucking obstacles that people would just not let things happen. You think that you can make a change? No, sir. As long as
Because
I'm
that's the
here,
reality.
No,
Yeah.
see, I think people, you need to understand that you're going to make a change, right? But you're making change from a very high position where you're alone. But you have to understand, Sai Sadi, even though he made the first move, he failed. He didn't make a lot of changes. He inspired a lot of generation to be bold like him.
You're right.
So you cannot diminish what he did because he's the first one to do it.
He might not
Be
he might-
successful,
he
but
might-
he planted the seed to
yeah.
other people to
He
do
might
it.
not be successful, but he definitely increased the
But
probability.
I think that's the way of step. So
Yeah.
there's always you inspired by someone and then you take a
Yeah.
step.
So I feel like just because you have doesn't mean you have to go into politics. You can take the first step and you can fail, but because of you taking the first step, there's someone else who's able to learn from your lesson and make it better. So your failure doesn't mean it's a failure for everybody.
But the result is that you will not. Maybe we all be equal. Maybe after our grandchildren,
Maybe they might lock you up somewhere and put you in jail and frame you.
But look at Anwar.
It's happened before.
Anwar was in jail, but look at him now.
He's an inspiration.
He is, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So that you can never know what is the future.
yeah, it is quite crazy, man.
But
This story.
but if you think that I need to be someone to make change, fuck that.
Bro, there are people that still think that Najib was innocent. Like literally. They think that Najib didn't know nothing about the 1MDB.
Did you read the book of the $1 Billion Whale book?
No.
So I
I don't read any book except Harry Potter. Yeah.
So I read the entire book.
What's the book about?
It's about the entire 1MDB.
Malaysian author or is a...
Is the guy who exposed the 1MDB scandal. He wrote the book.
Is it Shattered Dreams? No, never
I
mind.
forgot. That guy wrote the book. Is the entire documentary $1 Billion Whale. So the entire book is the case, whatever they presented in court. That was the entire thing is, but he wrote it in a like what was happening and
The
everything.
story, like that.
Like each chapter is chapter of how Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened there and everything.
Yes.
So they were telling how. So it's collection of interviews written.
Okay.
When I read that, right, I'll be honest. If Najib didn't know anything, right, that happened, right, he's the most stupidest fella I met in my life, because everything that they said in the book, right, and there's documents backing in it, and there's court. Right, when I read it, right, I'm like, there's no way, as a finance minister and a president, right, you didn't know what was happening, because he was spending like 200, 300 millions, like nothing, like water paper like that.
Okay, just imagine this lah. You're in your 40s, okay? Maybe you have a family, maybe you don't. But wherever you've been spending, right? Suddenly you're spending 100 times more. Are you even going to ask the question? Like, would you not ask the question? Hey, where did the money come from?
Bro, but the thing is, he should ask, because he's apparently his reasoning, right? He just signed without looking. When I look at it, right, how did you sign billions?
Sounds like a statement that your lawyer asked you to say.
Yeah, it's so stupid. When I look at the it's like, even the bankers all, right, they were saying, like, it's so obvious that this many money is coming out from the government and everything, right? They said, like, we were just getting the money, like, easy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even Goldman Sachs, they knew what they were doing. Everybody in any position knew it.
It's not just him lah, that is him or Jolo that is guilty lah. The people all taking part also know what he was.
Everyone knew, but the thing is, they put Jolo as the face. Jolo was, I will say,
But he was the mastermind, what?
He was very good at creating opportunity for himself.
Oh, so actually Jolo was not the whole mastermind.
He's sort of like the person who connected the dots.
Okay.
He's the middleman for everyone.
Because people all think, right, most people think, right, even if you think that Najib is guilty, most people also think that Jolo was coordinating 95%, 90%, but perhaps it's actually not that. It was a bit more team effort.
Based on the book that I read, is Jolo was doing, like, okay, let's say I want to see you. Okay, I want to talk to you about something. So I'll tell Kris, hey Kris, can you make an appointment? This is Jolo. That's what he was doing. But because he knows you, know me, that's how he got involved in this. So he'll get, like, let's say our deal is 100 million, he'll get 10 million. So that was the dealing. He get a cut. But what happened was, Najib apparently, so-called, like, he was so ignorant, he didn't know. He just let Jolo take how much money from him. And Najib said he didn't take any money. I'm like, bro, who the fuck can you not take any money? Because when you read the document, I'm like, what the fuck? You cannot be this stupid, right?
Do you all see, you went on a good cast show, right? Vinod.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vinod. There was this guy, Roman Bose. Did you see?
No.
Roman Bose is, some would refer to him as Najib's political mouthpiece. He was, I forgot what was his position. He was basically working Najib's personal, personal, I can't remember, or speaker or whatever, back then. So he went on Good Cast Show, Vinod's podcast, to say that, to explain that actually Najib was innocent. He was taken for a ride, you know. So
it's impossible.
Yeah, but he wrote a whole book about it. They also reached out to me, want to do on my podcast, and I just didn't do it lah. Actually, I was thinking maybe I should. You know, I just question lah.
Because I read the articles. I've been reading the case and everything, and I'm like, there's no way you can say you didn't know anything. It's like somebody, even a guy who never studied in his life, right? If I'm giving him like 30-40 million, right? The float will definitely know the money is getting siphoned.
Yeah, I feel stupid even talking about this.
When I look at him, I'm like, I look at him like, hey, how can you be the prime minister of a country
Without knowing this, right?
without knowing this fundamental thing that's happening under your nose?
So I'm gonna be Najib lah. I said, that's the reason why we got so many people working for us, because they handle all this other business. I've got more important things to look after.
What is the important thing?
Buying back.
I trust them to handle my finance.
You know, in the book they will say like how you can get an appointment with Najib.
Oh, in the book you said.
Like sort of like they imply it. So then I did more research. Apparently it's very true lah. So last time this one, right? So what you do is, let's say you want to get your tender signed. It's a $50 million deal, 50 million ringgit deal. Okay. So but you need the president's approval. So first you take 50 million. There's Najib residence. There's a back way. So back way you go. First you pay the secretary. Okay. You pay the secretary, then you go. Then after you pay the secretary will take it to Rosma. So Rosma, in order for Rosma to see it, you have to buy her a bag. Whatever bag you have, like you cannot give her cash. You have to give her an item.
Where do you read all this in the book?
In the book, there's detailed article about this one. So they will tell you like what is the things that is needed. She will tell you, okay, I need this.
Yeah.
For her to see, look at it, and tell Najib, take a look. That's it. It's not even for Najib to sign. If you want Najib to sign, there's a different dealing you have to go. I'm like, this detail. The operation was so detailed. No?
Yeah.
The operation was so detailed. I'm like, quite impressive the way you had this thing.
Don't talk to me if you don't have access to this handbag. Yeah, right.
Yeah, if they give you a list based on this. Like you want this. These are the handbags or things. These are
Okay, so now we've covered that the possibility of people thinking that Najib, or the possibility of Najib being innocent. Rosma is not in jail. She's out.
She's already.
She's never been in jail.
She was lah. She's jail.
She was.
She's jail.
Is she still in jail now?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know whether she's still jail, but she's
She was arrested, right?
She was arrested. She has to
I
serve
think
prison
she came
time.
out. I think
Oh,
arrested.
maybe arrested but haven't go to prison yet. Still
Yeah, I
doing
think-
court
She
case.
came out after that. I
Yeah, let me Google.
So now, is it more crazy that Rosma is oblivious to this or Najib?
I'm not sure, man. I think the thing is that I something that I'm not entitled. I would want to talk about it too, because the thing is that, do you really think we are politically we are knowledgeable to talk about?
He read the book lah.
I don't think so. You have to politically be knowledgeable. You just have to be.
No, basic thing we can talk about it. Okay, basic knowledge and all these things. But I feel like to know very detailedly about it, we are not entitled to.
I think, see, that's why you're wrong. You cannot keep telling yourself like, no, I'm not entitled to know this against. Go and find out about this. Read about this.
Yeah,
thing.
find out. We need to find out, right?
Yeah, so
first of all,
so that's why I find out. I find out, read about. It's in a way of saying those things like, I'm not entitled, I don't want to. It's in a way
It's you cowering away
you're
from the
being
problem.
ignorant about it. You cannot be ignorant
To
about all
prove,
this.
yeah, you're right, Jiven.
no. The thing is that I agree with you. I'm talking about particularly these podcasts, because there are three of us. If you only have the knowledge, we don't need, right? Both of us.
So we didn't read the book lah,
So
basically.
the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that we do ghost podcast, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you talk about something related to that, three of us have something to talk about it.
Yeah.
So he since came just now, he haven't talked anything
No,
yet.
the thing is,
Yeah.
there are too many stuff I can't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, man.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
with this Najib thing, I'm fine.
Alright guys, let's talk about a toss up, man. Yeah. Last time I saw Jiven, you were at 16k followers. I think now you're 80 or 70 plus.
80.
Yeah, so fuck man, that's a 5 times growth. And toss up as well. What's the followers at for toss up, man?
18.
18 now.
18,000.
18. 118.
Yeah, 18,000.
No, I mean,
18,000.
wait, just now when I say 80, I mean your personal account now.
Personal account is
Yeah.
80.
Yeah. It's going strong. Yeah.
We get about 1,200 followers each episode.
The followers were
Oh,
increasing per week.
it's accelerating.
If it's a bad episode, we'll get about 500 followers.
Yeah,
So,
we will know.
500 subs.
I think now we can kind of judge it within an hour when the episode released. we know the kind of the views. If an hour we know the views so, then we know, okay, this episode not going to do well for this week.
Yeah, I mean it's usually like that. Within the first 2 days, you already can gauge how
Yeah,
much.
kind
it's
of
gonna
1
be.
hour.
At least
The thing
it's
is
just
that
for 1 hour.
if we are the most stupidest thing we said, most stupidest thing is there, it will confirm will do well.
So I obviously watch all the episodes because I understand Tamil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah. Bro. So what? I can't remember if you told me before, but where do you all like come up with this genre of podcasts?
It's along the way one. It's like we started in English first, and
Yes.
we were at the time it was actually very very controversy if you really go and watch. So we actually talk about politics and all this kind of things.
He just said very controversial. Go and watch.
I mean, I'm talking to him. I'm not talking to them.
They miss being cancelled. Help them out.
Yeah.
No, I think the English one, it's okay. When we started, I wanted to start something like BuzzFeed Unsolved. That was the idea for me.
Oh.
Mystery cases.
Yeah, mystery cases and everything. So that was the idea of it. But I felt like the BuzzFeed Unsolved was more like two people having a conversation. Ours was more like we are just reacting to a story.
So along the way, we have our own inputs, right? We make fun of the ghosts and everything, daily life and everything. So every time when something serious about it, we will make fun of it.
Dude, y'all. When I listen to the clips or whatever, how do you all laugh so much?
Okay, so
Like so until like, hey man, are you guys like acting a little bit or
Are we high?
high also maybe you wouldn't. Yeah, maybe are you high?
okay, I think the most important thing one people don't understand is our sense of humor is very similar.
All
Like,
of three of y'all.
All three of you.
Okay.
And you have to understand that his sense of humor is much more like my sense of humor and his sense of humor is very dirty minded.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like too similar.
Too similar. So
Too
when
similar.
and we are okay making stupid jokes.
Yeah.
He's more of like
Practical jokes.
he can make jokes that you don't even think about it and suddenly he'll make, and it's so funny to the point we will just start laughing.
The thing is, we laugh immediately. His jokes, it will strike us a bit later. So the guy will be talking seriously and then we start to laugh. They'll be like, why are you laughing? He said, it was like few seconds ago.
so who would you say has a lower standard of humor? Like a lower, like it's easier for y'all to laugh.
Me.
He will laugh for everything.
Actually,
laugh
he will laugh, then second will be me.
So Kris is the hardest to get a laugh from.
Yeah.
Is it because you're too smart? Or you feel like you're better than everyone?
No. You cannot put it that way. I feel like humor depends on the daily basis how you think, how you perceive and everything, right?
Of course.
To me, I feel like there's a two reason. Could be some I don't get it. I don't get the jokes. Two is that sometimes the jokes are humorous to them, but not for me. Like I don't laugh at certain things. I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
No, of
You
course.
think it's immature.
Huh?
I mean, basically that's it.
I mean, you can put it that way if you wanted to.
He'll be just like, you guys are such a child.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes I do that.
So but the
Think
thing is, I'm like, you have to understand that I have been in this situation where whenever I want to laugh, like because I easily find humor.
yeah, I
very
know
difficult.
you always laugh easily.
So the thing is, when I used to be surrounded with like Harvey and Vika, all right, they used to tell me like, "Why are you laughing at this? It's not funny." So I've been always told it's not funny, and I got like I just became very quiet because I don't laugh at anything.
Yeah.
So then after that,
Then you found this guy.
Then he found me.
Then I think the night me and him we met up for something, and then I was telling him, "Hey, I have this podcast equipment. I don't know what to do with it. Do you have any idea?" Then he said, "Like I want to do a horror podcast." Then I said, "Why don't we start? I already have the equipment. I'll just call Kris because we need 2 people. Is not that fun. 3 people is okay. So we call Kris." So he said, "Okay, let's do it." I'll be honest with you, I forgot about it.
He forgot.
Then on Sunday he showed up to office. Hey, I thought we were doing the podcast. Oh shit, we are.
Oh, you forgot.
I forgot. So I set it up immediately.
Yeah.
Then I called him and said, "Hey, come now."
He wasn't even aware of the podcast now. He's like,
Oh, he didn't even tell him.
no, he's like, he called. He's like, I went to the office. He's like, we supposed to shoot the podcast. Oh yeah, let me call Kris. Call Kris. He doesn't even know what's going on. He came. So guys, what's up?
Yeah.
He doesn't even know
So,
what's
so
going
you
on.
know when he sat down, he told the story, and we just started laughing.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, you telling the ghost stories.
He was telling the story.
I started and then
Okay.
Kris.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we started.
Yes.
So organically we started like doing that, and then we just like okay. We only want to do 5 episodes.
Yeah, to be
And
honest.
then it became
Yeah,
big.
but along the way, we find our way to structure and story, and then the thing is that we invite callers, guests, and everything.
That was a couple of episodes later.
After
Like,
that,
you all
yeah.
start implementing that.
yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be guest based. I genuinely one thing I was very aware of was like I didn't want to make it like how your podcast is very guest oriented.
So you're better than me.
No, because the thing about the guest oriented, it depends on the guest for it to be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, understand.
No,
So-
to be honest, I'll agree with him because I.
You also think you're better than me.
But he wanted to bring guests.
Yeah, no, the thing I want to bring guests because my channel where I do game shows,
Yes.
it based on guest. So if the guest is funny,
Yeah.
the episode does well. If not, it'll be a normal episode.
trust.
So I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So when we started this toss up, so the first thing I asked for is I want to have callers because I want to treat this as a radio. It's like a radio.
okay, sure.
So I want to have callers, but guests later on it's like okay, no, we still need some people to.
So
know about
the
this.
callers one, I think we were figuring out how to do.
Yeah,
the caller
exactly,
thing.
we're figuring
then
out.
then I'm like, oh okay. Then we somehow managed to. Then we ended up now. I think now
Yeah, you need to ask him how many are waiting.
we have. I think by today we have 700 stories.
Yeah.
Pending, you know.
Pending that hasn't. Okay.
So we only selected out of 700 stories. We were selected about 60 stories.
Yeah.
So I
how
told
many do you use per episode? It depends.
Two.
Two. Oh, okay. And each episode is how long? 1 hour?
2 hours.
hours.
Almost two.
What
It
the
was,
fuck?
it was earlier. Initially it was 1 hour, but
Initially, it was just 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
You
yeah.
don't remember that?
Yeah,
it was just
yeah,
40
So
yeah.
less
minutes.
than an hour.
Yeah.
Now we
No,
try
because,
so it goes to 2 hours.
because earlier he mentioned it, say that nobody want to watch that long, so we keep it very short and simple.
Yeah, they do
But
want
they
to watch that long.
they demand and
Yeah.
demand and demand. It became 2 hours, and then they said now it's 2 hours is not enough. You need to make 2 episodes in a week.
Bro, it's
We
like, I also try to
Yeah.
keep it under 1 hour. Or bro,
Yeah.
you see, it's already 2 hours.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
happens like that, bro.
No, but the thing is, during our podcast, actually, right, I got very low attention span. I actually end the episode very fast. I will tell enough. When the callers are telling the story, I'm the guy who's telling, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I mean, 2 hours is. Does that
Yeah,
mean?
but the thing is that people think otherwise. They want the
But I'll be honest, it's never going to go more than 2 hours. I can be honest with you. It will touch 2 hour 10, 2 hour 15
Yeah,
at
it
most.
won't go more 2:30, I think.
It won't go more than 2:30.
Sure. Dude, it's so there's comedy in it. Definitely a lot of comedy, right? If it's educational, informational, serious, then going 2 hours is a bit hard, lah. I think
we
People-
wrap it up in a very
Educational.
whatever is the important they need to know, just the important one.
like if it's comedic, like you guys, right, and it's more chill and laid back, then people just they listen and multitask. They don't watch the whole video and like that, you know. They're
Correct. A
doing
lot of
something
them
else, bro.
during the work or during traveling, they
Doing work and travel.
Yeah.
That's me. I do that too.
Yeah.
Gym
but,
also.
but the thing is, right, a lot of people think that we make it funny.
Actually, it's not.
Honestly, no. Do you know we don't prepare anything?
Yeah,
We just come
And
okay,
sit.
let's listen to a story and then we talk it and then we just start laughing like idiots.
So
Whatever
yeah,
you-
actually, most the thing that both of us, he never tells story, so only me and him. So both of us, we will, for the day we will be probably asking someone around, and we will be call some of our friends or whoever. We prepare the story and then we come to the place. Sometimes it's very hard because we couldn't find a story, so I have to go ask people, call around.
Usually, he tells a very unique
He put
story.
himself in a corner actually.
Yeah.
He went and put himself. I want to tell unique stories. So
Yeah.
now he put himself
So
in a corner.
that's the problem for me.
Pressure yourself to do
Because
that.
I don't like a story of 4 friends went to a place, haunted place, and then there's a ghost hunt them. I don't like that kind of
Yeah.
story.
Why? Because it's too
Common.
normal.
Too basic.
common,
Too
too
basic
basic.
bitch
Yeah.
for him.
So
It is damn common, bro.
yeah, and then my stories all will be like plot twists and all this
Yeah.
kind of thing. And in fact, I try to find it that kind of story.
What do you mean by your story? I thought the structure that you guys are doing is
See,
too
there's a
listener-
way of saying every story.
Okay,
right
now,
now,
the thing is, whenever he tells a story, it won't be a very common story.
But is this a story that you write?
no.
I think from his friends' experience.
People tell and everything. So, in terms of storytelling, right, the way they tell stories, right, I'll tell you. Puvanan tells it in a very casual way. Kris will tell it like, oh, this is
Theatrical.
A bit more theatrical
Yeah.
way. Okay? When I tell stories, because I'm generally the moderator,
Yeah.
I'm moderating who tells next, what's next, okay, this is what's gonna happen. If it goes a bit controversial, then I will censor it. I'll make sure I make sure the show is running.
Basically, he's like the host. Like,
Yeah.
so he controls the situation.
how I'm just thinking, how can it's funny to think, how can ghost stories be controversial?
You'll be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are you offending?
It's not ghost story that's controversial. It's the elements that comes
what,
in the story.
what we say.
Sometimes, right, some stories, they have elements of abuse, sexual
Yeah.
abuse. and everything.
Got you.
So when they go to that, we have to be very careful where
To
you
not
can't-
laugh.
To not laugh.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, you can't laugh.
Yeah.
like, oh, that dude,
We
that
generally, we know this kind of topics are going a bit too far. Then we be like, okay, we
So
already
we shouldn't laugh. Just listen to the story.
yeah, someone
so-
got
Yeah.
raped, so you just don't laugh.
Yeah, because and we are very careful about the story because at the same time we can't avoid these stories, but at the same time we need to figure out a way to tell these stories. So when we tell it, we don't tell like abuse kind of stories. We tell
Rape,
a bit
yeah,
more
yeah.
a bit more safer
Okay,
side.
so if I'm not mistaken, you guys got two listeners call in, right? Every episode,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, you also tell your own stories.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it?
So in between, so it's either we go with the caller first,
Yeah.
and then one of us will tell
Actually,
story.
it'll start with the caller,
Yeah.
and then with two personal stories, and then caller, and then another story.
Correct.
So the next question is,
Yeah.
how do you have so many stories?
It depends on who tells the story.
Yeah.
It's some week he will tell the story very well. He
Hmm.
will tell a small story. Then what I'll do is if that week there's no story, and then I will add on a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like the backup of the backup stories.
now, if you want to ask how we are getting too much stories, right?
Yeah.
After few weeks, let's say I think now like we're going to be ninth month. So after the 5th month, so wherever I go out, let's say for a family function or a birthday, people will recognize me through the ghost podcast.
I thought you wanted to say the ghost recognize you.
I wish.
So they're like, hey, come, I'll help you with the story.
So they kind of did that. They like, hey, this caller was sharing this ghost story. I have another one, and they'll tell their story to me. So that's where I will get stories, because usually in Indian functions, not only one auntie will come talk to you. There'll be a whole bunch
So
of
your
Indians.
story is not necessarily a personal
A
experience.
personal
lah.
one, yeah.
It could be someone. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
always like that.
Yeah.
It's impossible for us to
have
have
so
that
much
many
of-
stories.
That's why I'm like, hey man. So since
No,
the toss
no,
up,
no, no,
But the thing is, the earlier it was started with my life story.
of course,
I have a lot of experience in a horror,
in the ghost world.
in the paranormal activities, all these kind
Dude,
of things.
please, okay. I'll be honest. I'm the type of person I've never. Sometimes I'm scared because I'm just a bitch, or maybe I'll watch a horror movie and then at night. It's always scarier at night, right? Do you all film in the night or daytime? By the
Film
way,
at night,
okay.
We
Yeah.
film
Yeah.
at 10.
midnight. Sometimes it even goes like 1 a.m.
Does it actually get scary, right?
Nah.
No, I never.
No.
Wow.
Because it's not
Okay,
serious.
honestly, right?
It's funny.
You have to understand. He as much as he go through paranormal stuff, he's very used to it, so he doesn't get scared very easily. Me, on the other hand, I don't believe in this thing. And I laugh very easily. So when they say something, I find it stupid. I cannot censor myself. I will laugh. He will laugh and I'm laughing.
But he afraid also sometimes.
Yeah.
He's still afraid.
Sometimes when I don't believe, but sometimes when my friend tell me the other day I did podcast with Yamcha sessions, and then Avika was also here. Then he was telling story, and then after telling a couple of stories, I start to feel, I'm like, hey, stop it, man, stop it. Like, because I know
See,
it's night time.
The thing is that most of the time your fear, heightens your senses and everything, right? You started to make things up. Your brain make things
No,
up.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A ghost story, it will be scary when you start to visualize what the other person is saying.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you take it as if a story, it'll be a normal story. When the person is telling a story and you start to visualize, that's when the fear comes in.
Put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah,
lah.
yeah.
For me, it's like I find everything comedic.
Okay, same.
Yeah. But
Same
to me, my life experience,
Please share. bro.
whatever I went through, I will compare. I mean, this is nothing.
I know Jiven doesn't really believe in these stories, right? A lot of it. Kris, you since young, is it? You've always had a lot of encounters.
Yep.
You, Puvanan?
I've never had any personal encounters, just that I heard stories.
And you guys run a horror
No, the
podcast.
thing is, I have to explain here.
Yeah, let's go.
Myself, I was a believer, and I'm now right now I'm a non-believer.
Damn. So explain, man. What happened, dude?
Wow, it's a very long story. You have to do a podcast alone for me. And so,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
5 hour
trust me, it's a
pause.
very
Yeah.
long story.
so because what I went through, my childhood and everything it's
Just
related.
make
to-
very brief. Next time we can do one solo.
Cannot.
also.
Cannot.
Cannot.
It has
I'll
to
be
be a
honest,
5-season
it's-
episode.
Okay lah. Do solo podcast with you lah.
Yeah.
Aiyo.
yeah.
I did.
But I can give you since the horror side, right? I'll just brief it out, the horror part. So when I was young, right, I was really terrified of everything. Darkness. I cannot switch off the light.
Loud sounds.
Must have complete bright light. This kind of bright light, only I can sleep.
Okay.
So, and my mom always sleep beside me.
A real mama's boy. Yes.
Until I was 16.
You suck your tits while you slept. Okay, sorry.
Maybe, possibly.
I could have, but I find it very weird lah. Well, then my mom also, I think she...
I get
She
it.
stopped
You
me.
know, you know the fact that if you heard his life story, he found that part weird. It's very surprising. Your life story, right? Sucking the mom's tits is the weirdest thing that that's weird.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, bro, chill. Next time you do.
The whole life
actually,
story.
I didn't find it that weird because I feel like, you see, I didn't understand because I was locked inside the house until I was 16.
Bro, don't say more. Yeah, okay.
So you see, that's why I needed. I say if you cannot take it out just out of context.
Okay, you know what? I heard this story. So I know how to cut trailer for this story.
Okay,
You
trailer.
cut trailer.
So, I tell you, Kris has never been to a conventional school in his life.
Oh, it's homeschool.
No, he's never been educated. He never been to a school SMK, SK, nothing. The only education that he got is from television. Okay? And his success in life all came through martial art and his own hard work. Okay? From poverty to where he is now, is all through him. And the last thing is the end credits. When he was 6 months old, he was kidnapped.
We're gonna end there.
Like forever? No, I mean,
You have to hear it.
Eventually, I got it. My mom got it back, right?
okay,
Otherwise, I would
okay,
have died, right?
Okay, understand.
So now you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly the trailer for his
So,
story.
have you ever told this story?
Yeah, I know. I think.
No, I mean on air.
No, I have never told the full story.
Okay.
So this is all I will.
Yeah, I'm sold lah. I'm very sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, tell me about some ghost stories, man, guys. Like,
So
because I
okay, I'll come to the story back, the horror story. So I was so terrified of ghosts and everything, right?
Yeah.
So since I was young, I was.
don't reveal too much.
Yeah, I know, I'm not going to, but I'm going to share just the horror part because since it's a horror podcast, why I became a believer and became a non-believer.
Yes.
So when I was 16, I was believed in everything. I can see my mom. So this is one part that my grandmother. There was a whole lights out, okay, and then
He talks so Chinese, right?
No, actually, if you get his life story right, there's another after.
Ooh.
So great. Kris used to do lion dance,
yeah, I was a martial artist,
and he can speak Chinese quite well. Man.
Not
Quite well.
lah.
Quite well.
Quite well. Quite well.
Quite well.
Definitely
Idiot,
better than
idiot,
me.
Huh? Mouse sucking.
What's a king?
Mouse sucking. That's what he said. Mouse
No,
sucking.
that's Musang King. So okay, whatever. So that time, okay, I don't know where I was starting just now. Okay, I was
Your
story,
grandmother.
right? Okay, my grandmother. I saw my grandmother crawling there, and then there was the only candle. You see, the only candle. I light up the candle because I was so terrified, and I saw my grandmother crawling there and blow it, and she looked very terrified. And my grandmother passed away when she was having cancer.
Oh, so you saw your grandmother, but she's not alive.
She's not alive.
Okay.
So at that moment, it's like most my panicking moment
Yeah.
because I never off the
Where
light.
were you?
before.
At home?
At home, alone.
How old were you?
Maybe 12, 13.
I mean, if I was at home alone, never gone out, also I'd go crazy.
So, and I was seeing all the things. So, okay, this was even my mom experienced it, and I experienced it by myself. So, in Kuala Selangor called Kampung Melayu, it's that area.
Where you
So-
grew up?
No. My mom, me and my mom, we just moved in there,
Okay.
right? So, the first day itself, we haven't bought a fan. So, we didn't stay we stay only in living room lah. We didn't go to our bedroom. So, living room will have one fan only. So, we sleep there. And then I dream an old lady saying that, Chu, how's Chu thirsty? I'm so thirsty. She's asking in Malay. Saying that.
Oh, house. House Chu.
So is that Chinese?
She said, Chu lah.
Chu. Oh, okay.
Chu,
Right.
they call it the very short form. Like, Chu, house. I was like, what?
What is Chu?
It's Chuchu.
Chuchu.
You know, like anak, they call it nak.
Nah.
It's like Chuchu, they
Chu
calling
is
Chu.
what?
Grandkid.
Grandkid. So this one old lady, she's asking me these things. So I was like scared, but she looks scary also. So I wake up I wake my mom. Then I ask her, I have this kind of drink. My mom said, drink water and go to sleep. I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back to sleep, and again I had the same dream. So I found it that is damn creepy, and my mom immediately said, "Okay, let's pray something." And then we started to pray. Immediately, there's a back door. There's a started to sound. Someone started to make noise. My mom got scared.
Oh shit.
Then my mom started to hug me very tight. We live in a corner lot, right? Then from the street light, you can see everything, the shadow casting inside. Like you can see from the outside. There is a white color figure, just like a Dragon Ball fly in a bubble one hole. the thing he writes, that kind of thing.
I don't know, but sure.
The cloud.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The flying cloud.
Okay.
Oh,
flying cloud.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just like a flying cloud, just flew past by our corner house, and then there's a chair in our in front of our door there. It started to move. Then the bubble kind of thing, it just flew to the back door and started to make noise at the back door. And my mom and I, we freaked out. We immediately ran inside the room, and then my mom started praying. I started to cry. I was only about 11 years old. I'm crying. Now I'm holding my mom very tight. And then slowly the bathroom started to someone open the tap water. Then my mom was like, because at one point, although we think it's a horror experience or whatever, but at the same time, my mom was also scared. It's a new place. Maybe it's someone tried to break in.
Yeah. It could be a person.
It could be a person. Because we started hearing someone talking as well. So at the same time, we have going through all this thing. My mom would take the courage to bring me out and say that let's see what is going on. So we went to the bathroom. There we see some wet footprint. So because the bathroom, the water started to overflow. The whole floor was wet. Then we like, okay. At this point, my mom is like, you know what?
Wait, what is a wet footprint?
The bathroom. There's some wet footprint.
Like it's smudged up. Like
yeah, correct.
Okay, like there's color. It's not water.
It's water.
You know when you
shower, after you shower, you come out from then you can see your wet
it's not exactly the food.
It's
just water drops.
Water drops. So immediately my mom called the house owner, say that this is all happening. Then the guy brought hustas. And then we already know by the time why you brought a hustas. Say already this is a horror place and all this thing, right? Then we asked the guy.
Oh, it's a haunted place,
It's a haunted place.
Fucked up, man.
Then he said Actually,
he
won't kacau one. He said this place used to be someone who is also a Bomo was used to stay there. And then after that, he moved out to different places. Then his mom passed away here. Could be the mom is the one who... so he also do a lot of black magic and all these things, right?
Yeah.
So the horror part is that... Then I forgot to mention, there's a boom boom also. There's the things walking in the rooftop. So this kind of thing when you experience, how do you explain? So, but I do experience that. Then, all these things happening, right? So, this is one of the incidents. I have multiple incidents like that throughout my life. Then when at the age of 16... that I wanted to be rebel, I wanted to grow up and I wanted to stand out for myself, right? That's the moment I feel like, I asked my mom to get out from my life, and then I wanted to, first time I want to, I feel like I'm useless. I feel like I'm not a man enough, because I since young I was growing up watching Wong Fei Wong, Bruce Lee, and this is the manliest figure that I want, and I didn't had a father figure, and I grew up with my mom only, right? So I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I want to become like them. So I realized in reality, I will be never like them because I'm damn coward, damn scared. Okay. So I decided I want to die. I decided to suicide. So...
Hey, I thought you're not supposed to say so much.
No. this part I will cover. Why? Because it's needed for the context.
Okay.
So you don't worry, you will never out of context. I'll have more story for you.
Okay, sure.
Basically he's saying I can keep talking.
Yeah.
So you can come up for 5 episodes. Okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
So at this point, I wanted to suicide, right? So I'm not even brave to cut myself or hang myself. So what I did, I switched off the light because I thought the ghost would come and kill me.
Sorry, I'm laughing at your suicide.
No, it is. I would laugh to myself even if I look at it. So I switch off the light.
Hey, every night also I try, man.
Right.
I try every night.
You also cannot sleep with.
No, I try suicide lah. I just off the light.
Yeah.
Have you all tried before?
Yeah.
அவமான தேவையா?
எனக்கு இதுல அவமானம் இல்ல. So I don't find it this embarrassing lah, because I did that. Then believe me or not, I experienced every horror experience. Whatever you see in movie, the effects all in one time. Table started moving, someone scratched the door, and then someone started crawling on top of me. There's a full of hair, and slowly in the end, someone choking me. And I feel voices and
You're awake. You're not sleeping.
I'm awake. So slowly I started to faint because I'm crying. I couldn't breathe. I feel like, okay, this is the moment I'm dying. I'm dead. Then I rise back in the morning.
So you slept,
Yeah. I pangsan, dude, with the fear. I pangsan with the fear.
The darkness rises.
Yeah. Then eventually I realized it didn't go through just like that one day. Went through couple of months. Every single night I have to go through this hell. Over a period of time, I was so confused why this ghost can't kill me. And eventually the ghost experience, right, become a slow, like it becomes like I stopped seeing it at one day.
Okay.
And the experiences have become very mild and then go away. Now the question is, all these things happening in reality or is happening in your head?
That was the question you asked yourself,
Yeah.
So
that's the same question I'm asking everyone. So the thing is that our brain, then I realized the conclusion is that I made up my mind. It's all in my head.
So this is, for anyone who is a non-believer, this is the exact reasoning that they have, of why. So
No, a lot of non-believer, they never experienced before. Yeah. But my case is different. I was experienced completely. I've seen things before. And
you're right. Most people, they only believe it when they see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I feel I'm very confident that I can say that I'm a non-believer, because there is no such thing.
You've already believed it. And
Because I went to the graveyard. Whatever things that you ask me to do, I will do it. Graveyard, I did all the things. I did things that I shouldn't do it. I go pee in graveyard. I do, the ghost thing, the 10 things that you're supposed to do. I did all the things. I go torchlight the tree.
Even the ghost be like,
I do all the humiliation. I say get bad words and everything. I say, come and kill me now. I want to die. I stayed overnight alone in the graveyard.
Imagine the graveyard fellow who died, right? The fellow peeing on him. What the fuck I did?
what did I do, man?
I want you to kill me. I want you to kill. I want to die.
He's like, dude, I'm resting.
If I could do it, do you think I would have done it a long time ago?
So the thing is, I did all the thing. In fact, nothing came to me.
Yeah.
So they say, if you do all these things, the ghost will come and kill you. Why? Then why didn't kill me?
Maybe you're too strong.
No, I was so weak. I was weak. That's why I can able to see it.
You're right.
I think the ghost got fed up.
Because
Because it's like you did you say got 10 rules, right? I think after the 7th rule, it's like he's going to pass next 3.
Bro, you've really super fucking interesting story.
Yeah.
I feel like, so for me, right, someone who has never seen ghosts before, okay, and sometimes you hear stories of people when they're sleeping, then they see a figure, right? When I watched Paranormal Activity, I was 12 or 13, I can't remember. I went to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I thought I saw a figure as well. Then I realized it was the clothes hanging on my door. So I also see things like this, and also when people tell me ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
It's always there's one common denominator. They are hanging around with people who already sense all this stuff. It's like they see ghosts on a not regular basis, but they have seen it many times, or they sense stuff or whatever. So the story is always the same. They hang out with someone and they can feel. And then throughout the outing that they are there, or the few nights that they're hanging out together, the guy is like, oh, this place a bit warm. Like, that one is she's quite angry at us. So if you hang out with these people and they're telling you this shit, right, it's gonna fuck with your head, bro. And your head will visualize.
That's why the delusional people will always surrounded by delusional people. Delulu is always together with delulu.
Yes.
So that's the thing, because I personally, okay, I have to share one experience. I went to a shoot with my ex. Okay, my ex was acting in that shoot. Then I was not involved in the shoot, but I was dragged in. Okay, and they know I'm from production, so I know I'm very well aware of lightings and all this thing. So they're like, can you help us with the lighting and everything? I was not even interested.
Keep talking.
It was so dark. It was complete dark, or it was like one abandoned park like that lah. So the security, but this is a well guarded place. So the security came and after 12, the security came and told us like late already, please chow. Then these people don't want to fuck off. Okay, people are still wanted to continue. Say that okay lah, the security don't mind us lah. Then they keep continue. I was like, when this gonna end? So I was just waiting. I was so unbothered, you know. I was like, I don't want to care about it. So I was playing with my phone, and then the light was like, I put it in a very edge. I didn't even care lah. I know it's like the trees and barks and everything. So I put it in a place where it's not even well balanced. Okay, the wind was quite strong at that area. Then the security came again and said, "This place you don't play. There's a lot of people get possessed here." And if you guys still don't want to go away, I'm not going to be responsible for this. If any of you got possessed or anything, don't come and ask me.
And you went challenge accepted.
Yeah. Then they all the security guy chow already. Yeah. Then suddenly all of them freak out. Started to freak out. Yeah. They like, oh shit. Then after they say, okay, one more roll. We roll one more time and then we chow. They roll. The wind blew.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who pushed it. Actually, I'm the one who responsible for the light dropped. Okay, but I was light is spotting that way. Yeah. I'm standing here.
You're holding the light,
I was supposed to hold the light, but I didn't hold the light. I was playing with my phone.
Okay.
The light fell. Everybody screamed. They started to pack the things and started to chow. They're like fuck off. And then I was like, oh shit, should I tell I'm the one who fault and everything? So I didn't do anything lah. I was to take the light.
Why didn't you say anything at that moment?
Okay, I come back. I'll come to that.
Thing, okay.
So I'll bring the light. I was about to say sorry. The guy said, I saw, you guys saw? You guys saw? I was like, huh? Saw what? There's one mom and the kid. The kid pushed the light. The kid pushed the light. The mom was watching. I was like, right beside me. Yeah. The mom and the kid pushed the light. Yeah. Yeah, man. True. The mom, yeah. I don't know, man. It was correct, well balanced, you know. I don't know how it felt.
You said that.
I was just playing along the game. Because the light broke.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay the shit. So I was playing along. Because the thing is, at first, I want to be honest. Okay? I wanted to say, it's my mistake. The light fell because of me. I feel guilty. But because after that, they became delulu like that, right? I feel like, okay, at this point, I'm just going to play along with the game. Oh, yeah, there's a deal. Then, they all started to believe. Everybody saying the same thing. Oh, yeah, I saw the mom. And the kid was short hair. And then was
the stories kept going and going.
Everyone adding on, and then everybody delulu is always adding on to the, you know.
Yeah.
And this is why because they won't be left out. You see, human, we don't like to be left out.
Yes.
We want to be one gang.
So you agree with the flow.
So we agree with the flow. If Puvanan right now, if let's say Puvanan say, oh, I saw one figure there, you guys can't see. And you feel like
I saw a bit lah, just a shadow.
Yeah. You see, you add on, right? Then I'll be like, I saw the height is like 6 foot, and you will come out like.
So wait, why do you think people do that? It's weird, you know.
Because we want to be in the same channel.
You don't feel left out.
You don't feel left out.
Because if you are left out, then the ghost might attack you.
No, it's not that.
Let me.
Mass hysteria.
Okay.
It's like
mass hysteria. It is. It's exactly like that.
Wait. I need to pee very badly.
Puvanan, you got any horror stories?
The thing is,
you don't believe in it.
It's not that I don't believe it. It's just that I don't have a personal story to like share. It's like most of the stories I'm talking in the podcast, like people told me, and then I just remake it.
Got you.
Yeah.
But bro, I tell you like from someone that doesn't have any personal stories. I listen to whatever the fuck Kris says, right? I'm like, oh yeah, it's confirmed already. Like, let's just don't have I mean, that's what I feel from listening to Kris, bro.
Kris is a very good storyteller.
He is a
very good storyteller.
Yeah, okay.
He knows how to bring in the twist, and he knows how to tell a story. It's not like me or him.
Yeah.
Mostly his stories will be based on his experience.
He's just talking.
Even like me.
Mine will be very factual.
It's like
and another thing is, I have to speak in Tamil.
Who,
and
you?
I can't speak Tamil very well.
Okay, you're talking about on your podcast or the storytelling. Yeah. So Kris is the best usually.
So whenever there's ghost stories, sometimes there's a ghost story, I'll tell him the story. I'll give him the story.
Oh, and then he
will tell the story.
Presents it again.
Yeah, so
I see.
I'll start it off by saying it happened to a friend of mine. So it doesn't have to be my story. It's just like someone's story. I made him into my friend. So it happened to my friend of mine.
So
So it's like that.
I definitely have to have Kris on again. Yeah.
Yeah. So because the thing is, Kris has a lot of life experience, so he'll generally
Oh
share.
yeah, bro.
Mm.
It's
Like compared to him, I'm like, I'm nothing lah. Just keep
Yeah.
quiet.
yeah,
Shut
it's
up.
compared to him also, I'm nothing, bro.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gone through a lot.
But the thing is, he doesn't want to tell anyone. He still thinks he's not successful enough to tell.
But he says he want to do my podcast again, so he has to tell.
You know, this is the first time I hear him like he want to share it.
Yeah.
I see.
He never actually opened up by saying, I want
So
to
is
share
that
this."
is it because of me? Did I do a good job?
I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I see Kris.
I got his pants down, you know.
Chris is talking a lot.
Yeah.
Great lah.
I'm not gonna
Don't say
do
anything
anything.
when he comes in. Just pretend like, oh, we're all scared. Oh, of the ghost.
Fucking
Oh,
bitch ass move.
oh. Yeah.
That is it.
Oh my god, fuck, man.
So
Dude,
that,
so
so we
it's-
don't talk about Kris.
No, we're just talking about the ghost, dude.
It's kind of, yeah. Lah. It happened like that.
Yeah. Shit, dude.
Now I was telling him a story, so
Yeah.
got scared.
It was damn scary, man. I wonder if you can top that story.
No, this one I haven't told the podcast yet.
Why?
No, he told a fast one, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a short one.
Yeah. But
Oh.
no way you can tell a better story than that.
Which one?
The,
Don't-
No, I'm just kidding.
The one Puvanan just said.
I was like, it's impossible. The flow he always run out of story. The outcome is he never told me. Never told. That's why I want to know what story.
Wait, what were you saying before that? Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. Then he said mass hysteria.
Yeah.
So Nabil came on the podcast the last time, right? Last episode was with Nabil and the Raisin Gang.
Yeah.
Nabil was talking about when he was in school. It was an asrama, right? He went to an asrama. It was a camp, if I'm not mistaken. I
Yeah.
can't even fucking remember. But the girls went and bathed. Girl students went and bathed in the river, and then the ustad or one of the teachers said like, "Oh, this river there's a lot of ghosts hanging around there." Right, and the ustad was like talking to Nabil and then say like, tonight they all sure kena already one. So
You see, this kind of thing.
wait, I say first.
Okay.
So what happened is at night, the boys and girls are I think they're separated lah. So Nabil could hear from the opposite side, you know. Oh, one girl shout, and then another one start shouting, and then this of course they hear the story the next day lah. Then they explain, oh, hysteria, blah blah blah, you know, it spreads and all. And it's like what he says, like what you said lah. The delulu is what do you say just now?
So you see, in their experience, they are not lying. Okay, sometimes you see when delulu.
Nabil's not lying.
No. I'm not saying Nabil. See,
Yeah.
these things all generally we believe in ghosts, and so there are people who believe in ghosts. There are people who not believe. I have no argument with that. Okay, that's their belief, and it's okay to have that kind of beliefs. The thing is that why I'm saying that the delulu is like affecting right. The thing is, in their experience, they have trauma, past trauma. People been telling since when you're young how horror. But you see, if you see the statistic shows that in general, like in the world,
That there's no
Asian culture is the only one highly get possessed and hysteria and all this thing.
Yeah.
The Westerners is very less unless they are
Yes.
Christian.
Got you. Yeah. What other religions are there in
then
Western
if
culture?
you're not religious person, right, you will very hardly hear someone get possessed.
Scientology.
Yeah, Scientology. Yeah, you can say.
I
You
love
get possessed by
Scientology.
an astronaut.
If no, you get possessed by alien.
Yeah. They all go down the Scientology rabbit hole.
No,
I did, man.
I didn't go so
I
deep.
did, man, multiple times. Love it.
When I go there, I'm like, I get lost.
You should. It's super, super interesting, man.
It's super interesting, but at the same time, right, as I was going through it, right, I'm like,
Yeah.
after a while, I don't really get what the fuck is going on.
So-
it's like they're based on science,
Mm.
but their beliefs is so skewed in different way, right?
So, okay. L. Ron Hubbard is the creator and founder of Scientology. He is seen by his people, the people in his religion, as the usual, there's a lot of reasons why to respect him. He served in the army, had a lot of Medal of Honors. He's written the most a lot of books and all. Most importantly, he written the book called Dianetics. So this book called Dianetics, it teaches humans how to it teaches you how to control. Like basically, we have this inner part of us is maybe sort of some sort of energy, right? That you can actually control. That most people are not aware of. It's called like the unconscious side of your brain. They
Yeah.
teach you how to make it to be conscious over it and to utilize it. You know how we say that, oh, we only use 10% of our brain,
Yeah.
right? So he's trying to say that, yeah, through my book and writings and whatever, you are able to achieve that lah eventually. Okay, so this book Dynetics, up till today lah, it's now Scientology is not so big anymore. Back then, if I'm not mistaken, did they even reach 100,000? Maybe, but now it's like 10,000s, and it's very diminished already. Okay, because of information and just modern day, we are able to detect all these cults or whatever easier. So, part of this Dynetics, right, is you go for, this was back then how it all started. So he would have some sort of, maybe, what do you call it, a ceramah. What's ceramah in English? Sharing, public sharing. Yeah, so you have ceramah like that, and then people come and then he explain, the usual cult leaders are super charismatic. They talk very, very well, and of course, they are, what's that word? Something liars, like, what do you call that? Like they just lie all the time. They don't.
Scammer.
No, something liar.
Liar.
Yeah, something like a notorious liar like that. They can just lie and they don't even realize it.
Like something. I know the
I
pathological
forgot.
liar. Is it?
Yes, a pathological liar, something like
okay.
that. He's just very charismatic and he'll say anything and you'll believe him. So he would have dramas like this sharing about the Dynetics and all. So what they say in Dynetics as well is there's this part of their religion where they do tests. It's like there's this thermometer, and then they will look at your hands and then they'll see like, okay, they can tell that you are whether you've, it's like sort of like a lie detector, but also telling you about what are the problems in your life, how do you solve it and all. And what's crazy is just a stupid machine. It's not even a machine. It's like those, those meter like that. It's just a normal meter, but he's trying to say that, oh, it's supernatural and whatever. So you work your way up to the top, right? You know how in religions also you can work your way up to the top. So this one is no different, except it's way more bombastic lah. Okay. You work your way to the top. They've got some super weird names for those positions. Once you work your way to the top, right, you will be able to uncover the truth. So that's what everyone is trying to fight for. Not fight, trying to work towards. Okay, they go to Scientology classes every day because they want to achieve that one day when they see.
Yeah, it's always like that.
It's always like that.
It's always like that.
So once you reach the top, right, okay, and then this
Because there's like, because you see, right now let's say you're the most knowledgeable person. Okay, among all of us, you're the knowledge person, right?
you all want to be like me.
Yeah, we all want to be
Yes.
inspired by you, and we want to be like you.
Yes.
Once we reach that level, understand all the book that you have written, and we already read everything.
Yeah.
What's next? You have run out of after that.
Oh, you thought you could find out so easily.
Yeah.
There's more. Yeah.
Let's say we have reached to that 50% of what you have. We already know what are the steps that you're taking. How do you think? We already started to think like you.
Yeah.
So the moment we started to think like you, we already know that it's either we became your devotee or against you. There's only two
Yeah,
ways.
sure. Okay, so I don't know if you all remember The King of Queens. It was a sitcom on Leah Remini, okay, and Kevin James.
Yeah.
So Leah Remini, oh bro, you all go and watch this fucking podcast on Joe Rogan, man. She explained everything in detail. So she worked her way and then she reached the top. Went to this place and then it's literally you go underground and then you go through some doors and open some locks or whatever, and then this piece of paper that reveals the truth. Okay, so the truth is that Earth is a place where all this galactic overlord, I don't know what's the name of it, I can't remember, Zeno or what, Lord Zeno, right, sent all the souls, right, of all the intergalactic criminals or whatever, sent all the souls to here, Earth. So all of us, right, part of us is all of the souls are of all these people. So it's just one of those bullshit fucking stories. So she reached to that point and she read the story and she's like, oh my god, this is fucked up as I thought it would be lah. Yeah. So she went on Joe Rogan and tell the whole story. So what happens in this cult is, Tom Cruise is in it, right? That was the most popular. Okay, why is Tom Cruise in it? People say it's just the type of power you get from this sort of cults is uncomparable. Okay, you've got people that will worship you like a king, basically. So what happens is once you find out the truth and you start to rebel at all or start to question, just like any religion, you are seen as an enemy of the religion. You cannot have any connection with these people that question you, even your family. So a lot not L. Ron Hubbard, sorry, L. Ron Hubbard's David Miscavige right now he was the successor is the next, right? Successor of L. Ron Hubbard is David Miscavige. Okay, L. Ron Hubbard died eventually. David Miscavige is the successor. He has a father, Ron Miscavige. The father is the one that brought David in, right? So after a while, Ron found out that, oh fuck man, this religion is getting fucked up. So because of that, he already cut ties with the father, cut ties with any family members, and they do stuff like that. And this Scientology, they invest all their money in properties, lots of properties in America, and they are super rich. You know, religions don't pay taxes, right? Yeah. So I can't remember my point. Yeah, but go check it out, man.
Yeah.
It's all very similar, man. Cults like that, it's sort of like, how do you say that? You're trying to make to foolproof your religion, and to do that, one way to do that is anyone who questions it, you cannot have any relation with them.
So I see that these things all, like, I understand what you're trying to say. Like, there's always someone influence you and change you, right? They were trying to say.
So when do you fall into
the trap?
Yeah. Why do people fall into stuff like that?
I feel like, okay, when you go through something, it doesn't matter good thing or bad thing. Like, let's say it's like someone give you sense of hope.
Oh yes.
Sense of hope. Hope is the only thing that makes you wanted to get into it.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter what religion or any cult. See, if right now you're going through some hard time, even let's say no religion or nothing, someone give you a tap on the shoulder, say that it's will be fine. That is mean a lot to some people. But if they come and add on the things that now this God want me to tell you this thing, they want to know who's this God, who's this person,
and it's also the circumstances that you were in, given that moment where
you're vulnerable.
Yes, vulnerable is the word, man. Vulnerable emotionally.
Correct.
Yeah, you needed it's all the same, you're at
Correct.
the lowest moment.
We are most vulnerable state. That is the time that these kind of people come and make use. They are in power.
Oh, they don't necessarily think that they're making use lah. They believe in their religion.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the hate who created it, he knows that. So okay, this is why I need to say this thing. In Korea, there's something called unified religion.
Oh, another cult.
It's not a Wi-Fi.
Another cult.
Yeah, another cult. And he believes that in order to stop the world from fighting, from war and everything, all of us have to mix each other. That means you need to marry Indian, I need to marry, we mix breed.
Interbreeding.
No, apparently among Indians is not it's
A thing to say.
It's like you are racist lah, kind of like you only.
It's not racist. They
How can that be racist when you are?
Okay, the thing is, you are okay, but the people who listen to this,
No,
are not.
I want to understand why.
There
It's
is.
the opposite of racist.
Like, you're
Okay.
racist.
I'll tell you. No, the thing is, I understand. It's like how you know. Let's say there's
Pengkhianat bangsa.
it's like that. Imagine there's two restaurants side by side.
Yeah.
I'm an Indian.
Oh, okay.
There's
I
an Indian.
understand.
So let's say there's an Indian shop, there's a Chinese shop.
Yeah.
I prefer Chinese food. Let's say the Indian food is average, but there's better food in Chinese shop. If I go there, these Indians will look bad at me. It's like that.
Okay, so racist is not the word lah. It's
It's like
Pengkhianat. Yeah, Pengkhianat.
it's like
Traitor.
that. It's not.
That's
You,
why- that's
okay.
why-
Have you ever seen a girl's Insta DM before?
I assume it's all like love faces or what?
No.
Horny faces.
80% of them are perverts.
Yeah.
I've seen most of my friends
Yeah.
DM. They showed me, it's like, there was a movie about this. So one portion of the movie, this guy will be exposing
Dick
what's
pics
the-
Dick pics also.
Yeah. So 80% of them is like that. They just randomly send text tonight on. They'll send dick picture and all that.
Yeah, because when they're sending it, they're probably jacking it. Yeah, that's the only reason why you do it. Yeah. So, you know, you were saying, right, have you seen a girl's DMs? You know what's fucked up? I always knew it's like that. Okay, I always knew. That's why, dude, I tell you, I see so many times girls with boyfriend or husband, they just post, just the other day, and this girl post this video, like, in I think it was late at night. Maybe she's feeling horny. Just post a video like that. Like she's not wearing any clothes, obviously, but she never show She just showed her face, and she's like doing some voiceover and like that, and then just like doing her body like that. And like, whoa, this is not something that she usually wears. Dress showing her boobs. That's normal, but she's never like naked and then just like trying to tease her, do some seductive shit, right? I knew for a fact. I said, oh, sure, take down later on. Then 10 minutes later, she took it down. Why? What? You know why they do that? Like it's like they want to see how much attention they can get in that moment, and then you know, when the BF say take down, then okay, take down. It's something like that, lah. Yeah, but when you were saying, right, what is the DMs that girls get? You know, it's fucked up. When I ask my girlfriends, sometimes they'll post a selfie like that, right? And then my close girlfriends, I just say, so how many DMs, And then they'll say, no lah, no one lah, 0. Like, you think I'm stupid?
He's
is it?
lying.
You think I'm stupid?
Exactly.
It's okay. There's one person in this group that does it also. That.
Hey, but let's be real lah. You are a good-looking guy or girl, is still a fucking huge difference.
He pull a thirst straps. Well, arms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Back to Unify.
Okay.
How's the connection?
So in this religion, particularly,
What's it called again? Sorry.
Unified religion. The religion itself, unified religion.
It's called unified.
Oh,
Unified.
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 Unified religion, correct?
Yes. So we should, if I heard wrongly, we should interbreed.
Yes, correct. So every year, around the world, he got many branches, right, around the world, and he got like what they call like people will call it the disciples, and they will go around preach about the religion, and they will bring from the guy. They will tell that you should just believe in God and accept your wife, and the same goes to the guy. Like the guy doesn't know who's the wife. Who's going to
it doesn't matter who's the wife.
So who's the wife, who's the husband, they will never know.
What if like you are in this
On
religion?
the day, this event, they will let you know this is your wife, this is your husband.
Hey, this happens in... Okay, no mind.
What if like you are in this religion and then they say you have a wife, but your wife is like Megan Fox?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I
that
would
is,
be
that
in the
is you are if you're lucky lah. But
So is there a way like you can pay more to get the
Of course, there's the money part also comes in.
I don't know the full story about this thing, but according to my Korean friend, this story is all I got it from my Korean friend. Okay, it's not from me. I read it or anywhere.
He was part of this religion.
So my Korean friend told me for this guy, right? If he wanted to, but there's a
His
thing.
parents were not Korean also. Not all of them.
Okay, the thing. If the wife said to some of the younger children, right?
Your friend's wife.
No, the guy, the leader's wife.
Okay.
Believe that he's the God. He's the like center line. He tried to make the correction and everything. And whoever like like the virgin or anything, you need to give offering for him first.
Huh? What offering? What? You need to sleep with him first.
Oh, that's shocking. I've never heard that when it comes to cults.
Cult.
before. I've never heard about that.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
I'm
wow.
not sure, but this is what I heard.
He's
Yeah.
being damn sarcastic.
Bro, dude, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's every religion is the same. There's gonna be some
Okay,
fucked up
I'm
people.
gonna start a
that's-
cult where you don't have to sleep with the owner.
Really?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
who wants to join? The one
No,
lah.
you don't.
Something, is it?
You don't have to sleep with the owner. Nothing. All you have to do is you have to sleep with the owner's friends. So he's the cult leader.
But usually he's the one who will be the one to do it. But now he turned me. To do it.
Okay, yeah,
No.
so, sorry.
So then after him, the father passed away. The son take over. And son is the same thing, doing the same thing.
So does it? Okay, what if it's a?
I've seen so many.
And the wife is supporting that idea.
Okay, what if that the person that joined, right, is a 50-year-old woman? It's an older woman. Does she?
She cannot be virgin, right? If she
Who knows?
Yeah, if she virgin,
No, what's
then
wrong?
they will do it.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, they will
Only
do it.
virgins can join now.
No, I'm not sure.
There's a passport.
There's something you need to offer the god. That's why I don't believe the idea of
So
offering.
the thing is, right, if let's say a 40-year-old woman comes in, or 40 or 50-year-old woman comes in, and she never had kids, never married anything, and she claims she's virgin.
I think they will do it.
Yes, sir.
You should ask the guy, right? You ask me, how do I know?
See your friend, what?
No, my friend told me the story in
Oh.
Korea. What's happening?
I thought it
Oh,
was your
it's
friend.
actually-
I thought your friend was part of the cult.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I thought lah.
Yeah.
I say I would ask your friend to come if he's in the cult.
So the thing is, you see, there's always no matter how ridiculous the idea is, there will be people who
Exactly.
always will be supporting you and get along with you. So if even this case is this much of craziness also is like
And-
people can gather, right? What about the horror? I'm saying why I'm bringing the topic is that
horror?
hysteria. We were talking about hysteria. That's why the topic related to this.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that hysteria is something like that. So everybody believe in one common idea. There's a ghost. It will come and possess you, and you already have this mindset that it will anytime you will be easily taken. What?
Can I have the mint?
So anytime you will be easily get possessed.
Yeah.
You are vulnerable. You already have that idea in your mind.
Okay, let me ask lah. Who here is religious? So no one lah.
I think among all of them,
Yeah.
they will consider me as the religious because of my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about 100% religious lah.
No.
Is that you, Jiven, or no?
No.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
none of us are. That's why we can get along.
If you
Yeah.
ask me, okay, I'm a.
But also, I'm sure you all get along well with people that are religious also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. But
You know what I mean?
when it comes
Well,
to
if you see my father, you will know for a fact that
he cannot be his son.
I'm completely opposite.
Okay. Yeah. It's normal, man.
Yeah, so I come back to the topic. So when it comes to this kind of thing, right? Ghosts and everything, I'll share one story.
Let's go.
Small story. How this happened during the shoot.
What shoot?
One shoot. Okay, I also shared this in the podcast. Our podcast. So the shoot was happening like 2 days. So the first day we finished it early, we chow already. Second day, we were late, too late. Then the auntie came and one neighbor auntie came and said. So this is some of the girls in our shoot. There's a crew, all girls lah. Okay. The auntie came and say, "You guys don't know this about this house, is it? How come you guys can shoot here one? Like then you said we rent here lah." The auntie said, "You know about this house? This one old lady died here, and then her children all left already. Sometimes people pass by, she will come and kacau one. She died already one.
Dude, this.
So then this crew were listening the story. Okay, the crew were listening, and then right after she chow already, all these girls started to have paranormal activity.
You mean they're sensing shit and all?
Suddenly sensing shit, and one started to look at the wall and then started to cry. And then she's like,
Wait, you were there, right?
I was there.
Oh fuck! You seeing all these things happening?
I was seeing all these girls getting this kind of hysteria thing. So
This is important lah. Are they hot? Okay, never mind.
If they were hot, the story would have been
I
different.
don't know how
You will
to
start off with that.
It
I don't
would
know
have-
how
the
to say
story would
These
have
I was
been
with
like,
these hot girls.
I was this hot girls.
Yeah.
That's how the story would have started.
Yeah. Correct. Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
But I didn't start out like that. Means it's normal.
And they can be as crazy as they want. It's all good.
But production girls, you cannot say.
Whoa, what is right?
Yo, what the fuck, man?
Well, okay. I don't
Okay, I'll be honest with you.
They're Chinese, is it?
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
with
Production
you.
is usually
yeah.
Chinese one.
Usually when because I directed so many ads, right? I don't find the actress, the models pretty one.
The production, cool.
The girls in the model,
Yeah,
models,
no,
or the talents, I rarely find them pretty.
But they are.
No, the production girls are very because when I see the model, right, I'll be like, you wear so much makeup to look that pretty. Some production girl, right, no
Depends.
makeup, they just
Oh,
like casual,
right.
and you look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty, one.
Okay. Oh, I see. So
Okay.
yeah.
So these production girls were
They're
there.
freaking out.
They all freaking out. Started to have stories and everything. Suddenly, one girl say that I saw someone there. I started to feel sense. Someone touched me when I was taking some bottle of water, and someone grabbed my hand. And immediately, stories growing around. And we passed already midnight, and we were like, this girl started to cry for no reason. Asking her why you're crying.
Hysteria.
She just keep crying, no answer. We were like, okay, it's a bit getting too much. So we asked all the girls to get a grab, chow. But there's too late already. Grab couldn't get, so we asked runner to ask them to pack and chow. And then we finished the shoot. We didn't see anything. We didn't feel anything. So that's where you see mass hysteria also comes like that. So
Yeah,
when
bro.
you get the idea there, then only but first day nothing happened. Second day after you listen to this story, these things all happening. How come?
It's the idea he planted the seed.
Correct.
Let me tell you, if I was there and the girl came up to me and who was it, that girl that came and tell you, some auntie or what? It was someone that lived there before or whatever, lived
No,
nearby.
the neighbor auntie. Because I think
Yeah.
she want us to fuck off. just be making a lot of noise.
Yeah. So if that auntie came here and say that, oh, you didn't know this place, blah blah, kacau or whatever, I'll say, hey, wait, we are filming a movie. We're not in a movie. So what the fuck are you? And why are you here telling me this ghost shit?
Yeah.
It seems like a plot from a fucking movie already, bro. The
Yeah.
moment you told me that, I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, but the thing is, we obviously know, right? But a lot of people don't look at it that way. So they will, because they already have this fear. Night, abandoned house, they already have the fear. But when someone come and add the story, it's like adding fire to the oil.
Yeah. And bro, I mean, even if
Adding oil to the fire. Other way.
it's the same actually.
Yeah.
You add fire. Okay, no. Yeah.
You add
No,
fire-
but
how do you add fire to the
Add to
oil?
oil. Add oil to the fire.
just add lah. The fire will still go. Right.
How you add fire?
You can hold fire.
Okay. Like human torch, is it?
Can you hold a fire? That's a question.
How to hold a fire?
This like the question is water is wet.
Oh, okay. But the thing is, the fire only has to be like on a paper or what burning.
Yeah.
Then you can hold it.
Then you can hold.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can torch. You can hold
You
a
cannot
torch.
hold the
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I believe that it's always the idea is planted into your head, and then that's why you are thinking in such way. Although your belief may be so true to you, and you would think that people cannot believe you.
Okay.
I would say that because I came to a point I think like that. I tell people wouldn't believe me. I see exact same thing, like creepy looking, all these things I saw. You name it, I have saw.
Okay lah. So you've seen all this shit, right? Now, when you recall, right? Do you recall it was exactly like what you seen last time? You know what I mean? Like, is the memory still fresh to you when you could remember seeing all those weird stuff?
Most of it, yeah.
So was it actually damn clear? Like,
No. It was a very blurry, opacity, low down kind of thing. It's like a very shadowy. You can see through.
is
kind
it
of.
always at night? Always, right?
Night also got, morning also got, daytime also got.
So-
But it depends on where I am.
So I'm wondering, like the morning ones, right, when you're in daylight, right, and then you saw, have you seen like a real ghost or whatever in daylight?
There's one time daylight. The time I was about to go out to buy food, my dinner.
Yeah.
So I stay in the gym. So the 7 p.m. like that, there was a hazan, there was a prayer, a Muslim prayer was happening, and then a strong wind shut the door. And then this is a staircase. Okay, this is a staircase going up. So it's like coming down, go up is another floor up. My door is here, right? Here is a toilet outside there. Next to the staircase is a toilet. The moment I open the door, the toilet door suddenly bang, and then there's something, right? Imagine you're staying here. Can you see something pass by your face? Like something,
Like a gush of wind, lah.
like, but you can see something if I do this in
Oh
front of
yeah,
your
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, lah. I'm seeing your hand, lah.
Yeah, you see my hand, right?
Yeah.
But it's not clear. It's something passed by. to you.
Oh, okay. So that's what you thought.
Exactly, that's what I
Okay.
saw.
So
I saw something pass by.
So you're saying that most of the times, also when you see things, it comes in that form.
Like that also have, and there's
I'm thinking of like seeing the Pink Panther thing, but it's literally a Pink Panther.
no,
It never comes out like that. lah.
no, never.
Okay, then a lot of that is your mind playing tricks on you, lah, I guess.
Most of the time, but even my grandma, like I said, I saw my grandmother
Yeah, it was also blurry.
blurry.
Okay, all right.
You will
guys,
never see a clear, 100% clear person. One.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap soon. Let me ask this last question, lah. Okay. Yeah. So why do you think you said you're not religious, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think you're not religious?
Because I have so many questions.
Some more.
And I don't...
Like for example, you talk about also your background, like upbringing, because that's a big part. People who are born in a religion, they stay in a religion a lot of times. Maybe they get out, but if you're born an atheist also, your parents are some of the most influential people on you. So yeah, why do you think you're not?
My parents, they were very religious people. My father was a temple chairman for more than 20 years.
Got you.
So, of course, I grew up with him, going to temple and stuff. But as time goes on, I don't know about Chinese or Malay families, but in Indian family, if you ask them any question related to their culture or their religious, they will always say, you are too young to understand. That's the answer is going to be. If I ask any questions like, why is this? Why we are doing this? Like, you're too young to understand. Just do it.
It's kind of similar to do not question.
Yeah, it's kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So they don't. I feel when I grew up, they don't educate me on questions that I ask them.
So you're saying that when you got older and you're thinking, am I not old enough now? Why can't I know?
Yeah, what can I know? So it's like there's some basic questions where in Indians, when you go temple, there are statues,
Yeah.
and then they'll pour milk.
I'm not sure, but yeah, sure.
Okay, they'll pour milk as a kind of prayers.
Rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ask them why milk, why not water, and they'll be like, "You are too young to understand."
Oh.
So, and as I grew, while we are growing up, and then there'll be like articles. You'll come up with videos by saying that there'll be people who are against pouring milk because they say you can save the milk and then use it to some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll ask them, is this true? Why you are offering milk? No one answers me. The thing is, it doesn't really stop from culture or religious. No, it goes into every industry. Even when I'm in this film industry, I started my my journey through movie reviews. So when I ask question, no one actually answered me. They just bash me. They're like, "Who are you to ask me question?" Dude, I'm asking you a question. Imagine if my teacher, I have a doubt in maths and I asked her, if she like, no, go and learn by herself, there's no way I can pass my maths.
I see.
So it applies back to how I grew up. So there were too many questions unanswered. So I'm like, you know what? I think I should just go on. How should I believe?
Like basically, it's if you were to follow your instincts, you cannot deny it anymore, lah.
Yeah.
That is okay. I'm actually the opposite, lah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. When I say opposite, I mean because I didn't grow up religious.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
very
right.
straightforward one.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
It's like I'm at this point right where I also think like I didn't grow up religious. That's why I'm not religious. And then the question is maybe is that the only reason why I'm not religious? Because I didn't grow up religious, because my parents, and how come so many other people are, and how come I'm not? Could it be? It can't be that they are right.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, they are all wrong and I'm right. Or maybe it's the opposite, lah. Yeah, but okay. So when you were saying the milk thing, right? Pouring the milk thing, right? I thought like let's say for us Chinese, right? We will prepare some food and Buddhists, and then when they pray, they put it at the praying statues or what, and then it's for the gods or something like that. Oh shit, I shouldn't even say this because I don't know. But yeah, for example, so I assume that the milk thing, I thought there should be a reason.
Yeah. So
there is a reason for it.
okay. Yeah. The thing is, I wasn't educated, or no one told me the answer.
So what was the reason that you heard of?
Okay, so I'm completely opposite of him because like when
You grew up not religious.
No, I
Oh,
grew up
you-
very religious.
Yeah.
He did.
I did. The thing
You
is,
grew up what religious?
But the
also?
thing is, when I asked questions, I was answered.
I wasn't. That's the only difference.
Okay.
I was like, any question I ask, they will answer me.
Okay, so
When the milk question came out, the answer that I choose to
the
believe,
most common answer.
the most common answer is cows. Generally, cows are seen as sacred because they give milk. So when a mom also gives milk to a child, you get it. So cow are generally the mother of.
I understand.
So they say like giving the milk is offering to the god, like we are blessing her with the most purest thing that we have.
Okay.
That's the belief they have.
Okay.
There is a scientific answer to it this way also.
There is.
There is. So according to some spiritual leaders and all this thing, right? They actually explained. So milk has so these statues, all right, they're without sunlight and without so many years they have. That's why they will always bring into, they call it radam. They will bring out to
It's a chariot.
So it's chariot. So they will get sunlight and everything. So
What is chariot?
During Taipusam,
Huh?
there'll be one chariot. They'll
carry around.
Yeah,
People
carrying a chair, lah, basically.
No. It's
No
like
chair.
you pull
the statue
it's
of the
like-
god.
yeah.
They will put it into a one. How do you say this thing?
It's like a shrine.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
and you
okay.
drag it around.
Like
the room.
Yeah.
Buddhists also have a shrine.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Same thing.
But
Yes.
they're carrying it.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll carrying it or they'll drag it lah.
Oh, that's called a chariot. Ah.
Yeah, chariot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is that milk and all these things, they have fat. So this statue are in period of time, a very, very long period of time, right? It's 100 years. Some temples have been 100 years over. It will crack because there's no metal inside. It's like now, like if you see statues, all like have metals inside and everything like bone. Back then, it's not basically like carved. So over a period of time, they kind of can crack, can break. That's why you see older statue all like arm will be lost, nose will be lost. So over a period of time, when you put a milk, it's a fat. So it kind of like it keeps the shapes in a place.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
a belief that is a scientific belief.
So you see,
I see. There's a reason.
You have like answers to this. So as I grew up, there were many questions unanswered. But doesn't mean that I don't disrespect them. I just respect them. Just that I don't follow what you're doing.
See, a lot of
Understand.
things back then, right? They did it for reason, but when the younger generation comes like him, they don't tell the thing.
Yeah.
They say, just follow.
I'm like, just follow what?
So
That's
if
the thing.
I also went and research and I want to know answers. So I go and answer. I find everywhere, and this is one of the answer that I found is very close to believable compared to
understand.
any other reason.
But if you are, like, see, for a Hindu or even if you're Muslim, I respect. I will go to temples. I'll go to mosque. I go to Buddhist temple. Just that, I'll just be there and respect what you believe.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like people's right to do whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
whatever.
they want.
It's like you.
Right.
It's like your belief. I can't be saying no. It's wrong. No. I'm
Problem
not that.
comes only if you are hurting
Against them.
someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask you, Kris. So why do you think you're not religious?
Same kind of answer. So the thing is that I went.
And what age was this?
So I've already been every religion. Except Islam, I've already been all
Because
religions.
you cannot, once you go inside, you cannot come out, bro.
Correct. But the
You're
thing
still
is,
there, bro.
but the thing is, I was about to convert. I was about to.
You are really someone, right, who's, you know that saying, right, where they say you find martial arts and then you were lost before. You're really that guy, man.
That's why I say my stories will never end.
Yeah,
if you
to,
want
to go to so many religions,
Yeah.
you have to be that guy, man.
That's why in other episode I will tell you detailedly why I have came to a point where I don't believe in
Sure, and honestly, there's going to be so much backlash or whatever because we're covering sensitive topics. I don't give a shit. I just like to listen. Okay, yeah. Carry on. You were saying.
So the reason that I don't believe, I have to make it briefly lah. So see, because I have already been in many religions, and I saw the flaws and everything and all the things same like him.
So which are the religions that you've tried out?
I was born as a Hindu,
Of course.
and then when I was young, I already baptized as a Christian, and I was. My mom just wanted to, because people can easily what they call brainwash you, and people can easily what they
So
call.
your mom also converted to
My
Christian?
mom is a very what they call gullible. She's easily can be manipulated. So people when say you are not, this the reason why your life is like this because you are not following the right God. Then
let's try it out. Got nothing to lose.
And then she was converted into Christian. Then she was like not. Then as I growing up, I was so into Buddhist teaching. The Buddhist teaching was so.
It's very different, actually.
It's very different and very meaningful. And yet there's always a question. But Buddhism is not about God. There's no God in Buddhist culture.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's no God.
It's like a way of life, right?
It's a way of life. But where else the person who said there's no God, they make him a God.
The person who said it.
Buddha.
So who is the?
Buddha is not a god, and
I
he
see.
himself said that clearly. I'm not a god, but
He is God.
he is God. They made him into a god.
I see.
I can say this thing because I personally, I'm not afraid of that because I can show you the chapter where he says it and everything is all.
This is
written.
interesting.
Let me tell what Kris said earlier. Just because you said it doesn't mean the both of us on the same
Say,
side.
we are just
I said I'm neutral. What? I'll just be neutral.
the moment he said like,
What is it?
no, he
No,
said
that's
that.
how I remember when I said the race thing all. He said like, I know you know it, but we don't know it, so you
Yeah,
cannot
doesn't
involve
mean-
3 hours together.
Now he
Now he's
knows.
saying it.
So the thing is that come back to the Buddha topic. So because of that, after that I was go into again searching for the God and everything. Right? went to church to became a
Christian.
follower and everything. Baptized again.
Wait. Oh, you were Christian, then Buddhist, then Christian again.
Yeah.
Damn. You're one lost motherfucker, man.
Yeah. I was so completely lost.
Yeah.
And then served there for a few years. I tell you the detail why I left there, and then I was I was joining all my Arabic friends, and with them, spend with them, and then reading that and religious books and everything. Then after that, I realized Buddhist teaching was the most closest to that reality, and there is no force by anyone. There is only logical answers. So because without knowing all other religions, I cannot say Buddhist the correct answer. So that's why I was searching. I was searching everywhere. I found out all the religion and whatever religion you may name it. I would actually read. Although I was not involved with, I was reading. Also, I also went to several other religion as well. Then I finally come to a conclusion that, you know what, I feel Buddhist teaching is the correct teaching, and it's not to believe in anything. It's like Buddha said once, whether you are a believer or non-believer doesn't matter because we are in the same boat.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like so basically there's no kafir, there's no pagan. Yeah, pagan for Christians means like non-believers. So there's none of that in Buddhism, is it? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Actually, most religions, it is like that, where if you're non-believable, we're actually not on the same boat.
Yeah.
And in some religion also, you're probably going to hell.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the Buddhism is the only place where always everyone welcome. You can be a believer. You can welcome.
Is there hell or heaven for Buddhism?
Okay, later on it's been add on. There's a nirvana. There's a life cycle.
Got expansion packs.
Like I in the earlier teaching that Buddhism is like all about life and accepting the way it is. See, life is just the way it is, and accepting everything is the way it is.
Yes.
That's the Buddhist teaching. The ultimate teaching is that accept the way it is. There is nothing wrong in this world. There's nothing right in this world. You thinking something wrong in this world. Now the world is going crazy and everything. No, it's always been like that.
Yeah, it's always been right.
Always been like that. It's always because there's something called yin and yang, ma.
Okay.
There's a two opposite side. If everything that we do in our life, there's always two opposite things. Without that two things, we cannot form a life. So accept the way it is. That's the way of life.
So
doesn't matter.
Wait, are you now still with Buddhism?
No, I would not, because if I say Buddhism, then I'm following the religion. I'm following the teaching, not the Buddhism.
Understand.
So I'm not in religion.
Okay.
See, I take every like even Jesus, the way of he said, the Krishna, the way he said. There are all these people are very important. What they said, even the Prophet, whatever he said, it's very useful. All these things, knowledge, right? It's very useful to use it. But you don't have to put it into an idea. You don't have to become,
you don't have to be married to your ideas.
Yeah.
I understand.
So you are not tied up to anything. So you are born. Life is completely yours.
So in that thought, right? Okay, that you don't want to be married to an idea. It's dangerous to be married to an idea because ideas are constantly evolving.
Correct.
And ideas also exist with humans, and humans are evolving itself, and society is evolving. So if you're married to an idea, what happens when it changes, and then you have to defend that idea? So that's why I say it's dangerous to be married to an idea. Understand?
Yes, correct. It is dangerous because you see, along the time, like I don't want to say it, some people, see, like politician, whoever, along the way they can change and manipulate it. Although the original book, it says different.
That is the weirdest one for me.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's the whole point of religion, is you're supposed to follow the books. And then when people do shit that is the opposite or what, not in the books, but it happens it's not just one, it's
because
in a lot of religions.
it's over a period of time. Over a period of time, please slowly, that is already brainwashed you. So you will never know when did you change. When did this happen? How did this happen? You will never know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All good. Yeah, Jiven, do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, we haven't said that. Why he didn't believe in
No, you said you're a little religious, or would you consider yourself religious?
I think I don't consider myself religious in a way that you would say, like, I believe in God. Okay, but at the same time, I don't believe in God. Do you get it?
Oh, there's a term for it, right? What do you call that?
So you believe in a higher power?
Yeah, I believe in a higher power. So
there's a term.
Yeah.
always believe in, like, there's always a higher power than us, but I don't, like, I think I don't worship any God.
Like, you don't deny, you don't accept, right?
It's not an atheist. It's
there's
another opposite of atheist.
Yeah.
So I don't like. So my idea is basically, like, if there is such thing as God, I've understood the Indian religion enough, like Hindu religion enough, to understand that the cultural meaning behind of all this, because I've been taught about this since very young. So I know about our religion very well, and more than an average person, I know more than them.
Understand?
The one I can 100% say.
Okay.
But if other religion, I'm curious about other religion, so I'm very, like, when the people talk about it, I want to learn about it. But if you ask me, like, am I religious? I would say no.
Yeah, religious being all the practices lah.
Yeah,
being disciplined and all.
I don't really. I think like the relationship with me and the higher power is like personal, and religion is just different languages to reach.
Understand? Yeah. Well, for me, right, bro, I find this topic so religious, and I find
It's
this
called
topic
agnostic. Agnostic.
Agnostic.
Agnostic.
Yeah, no,
He's an agnostic.
I was about to bring that up. So, I find myself so interested in religion, and I think maybe because naturally I grew up as atheist. Atheist means you believe in evolution or science, right? So I've always grown up being an atheist, and then I found out the meaning of agnostic. Agnostic means you don't know.
Yeah.
You give in to the idea that you just don't know, and then I think like, oh my god, it seems so fucking egoistic to say that you know. And first of all, have you may have read your own books, your own religion's books. Have you read others?
Yeah.
And if you haven't, isn't that egotistical of you to say that you know?
That's why. So that's why I'm like, when people say that.
So
they
I'm
know,
not atheist anymore. I feel like the only logical thing is being agnostic.
Yeah. So I'm
especially if I've not done my research.
Yeah. So I'm very
Yeah.
similar to you, lah. So I'm like, I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there isn't.
Exactly. I used to always, I mean, if I want to think about it logically, it can't be that I'm sure of fucking atheism because I've not done that research lah, or facts or what,
So that, like somebody told everything, there's no proof of God and there's no proof there isn't a God.
Of course.
So you feel like both is true. So if you choose which one to believe, that's why I'm like, if you can prove me the otherwise, then I can. But the thing is, if you tell me there's a God and you ask me, okay, prove me there's no God, I can't.
So being an atheist pretty much means that you believe in the proof that there is no God. But what do atheists believe in? Evolution, right? The Big Bang, which is what happened when our world came to existence. So you want to believe in dinosaurs, right? Then it's going to be 50 million, 60 million. What the fuck do we know about dinosaurs apart from the bones? There's so many things also, like in time. Then they also said like there was a few resets, right? So meteors hit the earth and blah blah blah. Then a reset and all. Then the ice age also. Like how much do people know? Right now we're still finding things that are existing just a few hundred years ago. And
did you there's a bit when you said about this space thing, right? I just very recently, I think 2 months or 1 month ago, they found out a black hole. So what is the black hole? Does black hole basically,
how do you
black
sucks
hole
you in,
sucks in, right? Okay, black hole is basically it sucks in light. So when you go, it doesn't like suck you in. It's just like you fade out. You fade.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason they found out there's a black hole that is spitting out.
Spitting out things are
all the lights out.
regurgitating.
So your portal lah.
It's like it's just spitting out
Yeah,
everything. So they were like,
It's the opposite of a black hole, basically.
this like
Reverse black hole.
Yes.
it's the opposite of black, and it's not scientifically they said it's not how they thought a black hole would be.
Yeah.
And then they found out like,
It's literally, dude, it's reverse black hole. It's
Yeah.
like, so there's black holes and reverse black hole.
Yeah.
So
There's so many things yet to find out.
science is not
Yeah,
as accurate as
I'm
people think
so curious about space exploration.
That's
I love space exploration. I love reading about
you know Space Dollar? Sadiq's brother, you all know Syed Abdullah. Oh, you all don't know. So he also went on Winov's podcast. I'm gonna get him on soon. He's so interesting, man. You see he does Malay content, right? But fuck, if he did an English channel, I would watch all his shit, man. It's all about space science, all the science, interesting, weird stuff. Yeah.
That is something that personally I've been wanting to do.
To do this stuff. Do it. English channel. I can't think of. Maybe there is, but not a big one. But there is.
The next thing that because I've been planning out the next stage of content is I'll do space content.
I'm sure you look at this Space Dollars one, then you're like, oh fuck. You get some inspirations. But yeah, guys, let's wrap up. Then we can chat about it. Okay. Fuck, 3 hours already. Okay. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode. That's it for today's episode. We've got the Toss Up Boys today. Puvanan, Kris, Jiven.
It's more like Kris and friends.
Exactly.
Kris and friends.
Kris and
Yeah, if you guys listen up to this point, right, then you would have heard that Kris has loads and loads of stories to tell, and I think personally it'll be super interesting to have him on again on the podcast. If you guys want to hear more, or you guys just want to see the whole Toss Up Boys crew again, leave your thoughts in the comments, leave suggestions who you want to see in future podcast episodes,
Kris.
and most importantly, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about this podcast. Talk to other people in the comments, and yeah, we will see you in the next.
Also, don't forget, if you are watching this podcast, take a video of it and tag us on Instagram.
Yes, do it. Why?
Because then you will know that they're sharing.
Oh yes, do that, please.
Helping you actually.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, we will see you in the next episode. Give it up for the Toss Up Boys.
Ciao.
My homies, I'm missing my oldies, my brothers, my cronies. We all went to court, but we only course that we knew it. The one where we worship and selling codes. You a legend, rest in peace to the old me. Rest in peace to my brothers, rest in peace to my whole team. The oldest, I'm missing my shawty.